Whoa, some random dude talking on my phone. Wonder when anyone beat me to the hello. No. Seems to be working. Okay. To refresh that one. I need to put this into streamer mode. That's the one. Hello. Is it working all right? Is everything all right? Seems all right. Numbers are looking good. It's looking stable. Can you hear me all right? Papa, can you hear me? So yeah, it's looking good. It's looking all kinds of good. Wonder if Slave will get all the bots today. Will Slave get all bots? He had millions of bots though yesterday, in case you don't know. It was bot-tastic. Crusader! How are we? Must admit, I'm looking forward to the night tomorrow. I must admit, if it had gone out last night, I might have already seen it. Oh, you got a new gadget today. What did you get, Crusader? What did you get? Tell us. Tell us more. Tell us more. I can't. I can't say. I can't say. They'll get someone in trouble. It will get someone in trouble if I say. Mercury Wasson Cure Station Feed 3D printing. Now, I am pretty much an absolute noob when it comes to 3D printing, so you might have to kind of give me a little bit of knowledge on what that is and what it does and the significance of the new gadgets. Long live the 4th Legion and glory to the 4th Legion. The 4th Legion? Keep him. You keep your 4th Legion. You keep him. I'm more of a 1st Legion person myself. It's the bathtub and the Lightroom. Oh, right, okay. So I've never done it before and I've never really looked into it, hence the reason why I'm kind of like, So, am I right in saying that... Fuck off. Am I right in saying that... So you do your 3D print, whether it be pull up or push down, and then you take that, you put it in the bath to clean all the crap off, and then you put it in the light to cure it, or vice versa. Oh, a bath to clean the resin off, the print, and then a light to cure it. Nice. All right, I was part way though. See, me and my scientific mind do work occasionally. But James Shrimpton. So, are you a huge fan of the 4th? May the 4th be with you and all this. Why aren't you working? Why aren't you? I don't want that one. Want that one. What the fuck? You are good. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Right, so let us get people a few minutes to pop on in, and we will have a little look at the Sunday preview. So let me get that up. Speaking of 4th Legion, do we think next week's pre-orders, because obviously I've had a look at this week's, and I'm guessing a lot of yous have. Do you think next week will be the Custodes or the Iron Warriors? What do you think? James Shrimpton, what do you think? Do you think next week will be the pre-orders for all the Iron Warrior stuff? The Mutilators, the What do we have? The upgrade kit, the mutilators, the Defiler. What else was there? Oh, the big Warsmith. Eternal Crusader thinks Custodes. Would be cool. Because normally, if you go back to last year, the pre-orders were the first week of the month was 40k, and the last week of the month was 40k on the Sunday previews, and the middle ones were a mix Horus Heresy, AOS, Fantasy, Lord of the Rings, and stuff like that. So technically, next week's a kind of a weird one because it's the last weekend and the first weekend of the month, so we may have double. Because obviously the 28th is the Saturday, and the 1st is the Sunday. Eye of Terror release will be mid-March. Okay. Just in time to release for the same weekend as Adeptacon. Yes. You hope Games Workshop do Iron Warriors. Well, as Crusader says, though, it could be... See, do you not think, though, Crusader, do you not think that it'll be Iron Warriors first, next week, and then during Adeptacon will be the last one, which is Armageddon. So they'll do Eye of Terror next week, give it a couple of weeks break, and then do Armageddon, which is apparently the last one, and then mix that up with the 11th edition, which apparently is going to be called Armageddon. And can you still hear me? Apparently, it's... What the fuck? 1 second, everyone. So here's the problem when you let Chaos Gamer sit at your table for too long. She messes with everything. There we go. See, I'm thinking it'll be Iron Warriors next week, Custodes the week after, and then we're into AOS, whatever. Then Adepticon with the release of Armageddon, the last book of the series. But there'll be a nice surprise at the very end. Nice surprise at the very end, which will be 11th edition trailer. That's what I think. That's what I'm thinking. Because I think Grease Pete, hello. I think because there's Armageddon to go after Eye of Terror, which is why I'm thinking Eye of Terror will be next week, and then Armageddon will be announced at... Yeah, I'm thinking Yarrick will be revealed as well. Because it's Armageddon. Yarrick. Right, should we get on to the Sunday previews? Let's get over to this one. Working today, look at that. It's working, you can actually see shit. Let's make that a bit bigger. Right, Sunday previews. We've got some Old World. Okay, we got some Cathay. Grand Cathay, I should say. Let's open this in a new tab. Let's have a little look. See, they're looking very nice. I do like these shields. Like breacher shields in it, but over the top. Over the top breacher shields, because you've got one guy holding it, and then you've got him leading it on the top. Ah! You reckon Yarrick will be the last model of 10th? Do you reckon he'll be like the Lion was for 9th? The last model. Would be cool. Where do you think then? Because next edition, I definitely think Peter Turbo's coming. Sorry, James Shrimpton, calling him Peter Turbo. Perturabo. I know that Games Workshop did release the new... Yeah, the Mark 3... Is it Mark 3 or the Mark 2? The Breacher Squad's out. You can buy the Breacher Squad, but do you think they'll do Breacher Squads for 40k? There's the question. Yeah, I'd love to start an Old World army. I do miss me. I just love the rank and file. Just putting them all together on a plate. Oh, God damn it. I am on and ahhing what to do next because I've got a bit of a gap before 11th edition comes out, and I'm like, I do really need to paint loads of stuff, but I haven't built anything in so long, but I could potentially do a massive Horus Heresy army because I've got a Leviathan Dread, a Rhino, I've got 20 Mark 6, I've got Fellblade already built, I've got 6 now of the Cataphracti Terminators, so I have got the start of a really good Horus Heresy army. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've been putting my stern guard together, so I'm going to link that into what you're saying about the intercessors. So don't go anywhere. When I show you my stern guard in a bit, I'll show you what I mean. If you kit bash them with 40k, yeah, I mean you could do, because the good thing about the 30k and the 40k, it's only the body and the legs that are smaller. The arms are pretty much the same sort of size. Because I'm thinking about doing my Cataphracti as maybe like a librarian or some form of Terminator character, and 5-man squad, a Cataphracti Deathwing. But I don't know what to do them as. I'm thinking of just doing them like normal, just Deathwing Terminators, but they won't be knights because they don't have the shields. I think the hammers that you get for 40k and the lightning claws will be too big for their bodies. So that's why I'm thinking of just putting like Stormbolters, Power Fist, and just having them as like a proxy unit just for fun. Yeah, I think the new ones will look pretty cool. Anyway, back to this. We'll talk about that in a sec. So I want to show you something I've been looking at through my Stern Guard and what I think they will do. Because I think the Stern Guard are kind of linking the way to what the new Intercessors will be. But these are looking cool. I do like these models. These are looking fantastic. I remember years ago there was I can't remember if it was Cathay or not, but there used to be an army that was kind of like monks, and it was more of a Japanese, and I can't remember for the life of me what they're called. Because remember, me and one of the lads who used to work at Games Workshop with me. Me and Dave sat down trying to write the rules for it. That's how sad we were back in the day. We used to write rules. But these are looking pretty cool. You know what? Fantasy AOS, they do some stunning models. Just a shame that at the minute, I don't know why they're doing it, but a lot of the Nippon, that's him. Yeah. Is it Ippon? Nippon? Something like that. Yeah. Ippon. That was him. Hey, Neo, you okay? But we used to do like we had monks, we had riders on horseback with basically it was a spear with a katana on the top. Can't remember what they were called. There was them. I say monks. There was like a ninja outfit, which was skirmishers. There was fucking I don't remember. And this is like 20 or 25 years ago. Like we started doing this. But you got the Jade Warriors, the Jade Lancers. These are looking pretty cool. These are looking very nice. But it'd be nice if they did like all the older armies, all like the the Empire, the Elves, the Dwarves. You get a lot of them in metal. I don't know why. It's to see if they can, the actual models sell. So they're just going to use the old molds now until it sells, and if it sells, they'll design and pay 50 odd grand for a new mold for the new one. Just relaxing for now. Might have a lazy day today. Nice. My 5 days off has gone too quick. I'm back in work tomorrow. I've got I'm in 2 weekends on the bounce, and then I'm off 2 weekends in the bounce. So if anyone wants to come, my birthday, Element Games, you're more than welcome. Just let me know, because I'm trying to get numbers. I want to get numbers together. Who's coming and who's playing and whatnot. Right, moving on. We've got obviously the book. The Breaching of the Great Bastion. I'd love to paint, but I'm waiting on my base and bits to arrive. Nice one. All I'm doing today is doing some armour. Showing you how I do my Deathwing Armour. Horus Heresy. Here we go. Some big, heavy Scutari. So what are these called? These are the Myrmidons. Sorry, not the Scutari, the Myrmidons. You know what? I'm not a huge fan of Mechanicum, but in Horus Heresy, I like a lot of them. The 40k stuff, shite. The 40k stuff is awful by comparison to the Horus Heresy stuff. Imagine having some of them looking like Terminators walking towards you on a battlefield. They look cool. Then you've got Scutari, Battle Pilgrim Marshal and his big daft legs. There they are. Yeah, Mechanicus in Horus Heresy. You know what they should do? They should just do the Dark Mechanicum in 40k and just blow the Mechanicus out of the water. That's what they need to do. Myrmidons can be proper size, but Cataphracti have to be slim. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I do like the Cataphracti. I've got a box there, and I need to put them together. But the legs are what are not. they're not doing it for me, the legs. I don't know if it's the paint job, but the legs are just not doing it for me on that one. I've got optional assembly bits and whatnot. And then here come the standards, the Battle Pilgrim Skitarii. Again, look miles better than the 40k ones. Miles better than the 40k, but still, I don't know. It's just one of them armies for me where I'm just like, meh, okay, meh. What everyone else thinks. Anyone got a Mechanicus army in either Horus Heresy or 40k? And are they any good? That's basically just the same thing as you get for Death Guard, isn't it? That floats around. That's all that is. Just slight little tweak. And here he is, Captain Badrook. Anyone going to be getting this? You'd rather shit and clap. I wouldn't go that far. Someone said, here's a Mechanicus army, or here's some shit to clap with. I think I'm going Mechanicus. So no one got one. Corey's not got one. I don't know if Games Workshop going to keep 40k Space Marine Tactical Squad one. I think it might be going. Because they're bringing new intercessors out, which is absolutely stupid. Because the Tactical Squad's their biggest selling box ever, and ever will be. Because more people over the entire course of the entire 40k bought more Tactical Squads than anything else. So why are they getting rid of it? It's a weird one because they're changing the intercessors, but is that just like a little ploy? And I don't fucking know. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Iron Hands and Iron Warriors. Ah, you like a bit of iron? Nice. But yeah, Badrook is pretty cool. Look, I love the hat. Love the hat with the little teeth all over it because that's their currency, isn't it? Currency of orcs is teeth. Pull the teeth, there's your currency. But he's got teeth all down here. He's got teeth all up here. He's got teeth everywhere. All the teeths. All the teeths. Is he coming out in metal? Badrook, is he in metal? I don't know. Is anyone getting him? Is anyone getting Badrook? Come on, let me know in chat. Are you getting Badrook? I do need to do an orc emote because I have made some new emotes for 40k. I've got obviously the Dark Angel one, and I've got this other Dark Angel one, Titus, and the rest of them are repo. So I need to do an orc one, don't I? I need to get an orc one. He would be cool to get and do all pirates, orc pirates. Yeah, he's good. Ammo runts, I do. Orcs are just the best. I love orcs. He's not a white scar CPR. It's not getting him. But these are quite cool. These are some old school ones as well. He's trying to be Captain Badrook there. And then Warhammer Plus, finally, this Wednesday, the first episode, Penitence, is coming out. Fucking finally. Could do a shitload more shorts. Did anyone notice my mistake in my short today as well? I put a short out if anyone hasn't seen it. I want to see as the first person to guess the mistake. Seismic. First person to find out my mistake in me video today. I'll put you down on there. I might put you down in the marble list. Not you, Chaos, because you already know because I pointed it out to you before. How do we defeat the orc vegans is the answer. Yeah, they are vegetables. Well, they're fungus. They're fungi, that's why they're so funny. But yeah, he's made to order. Closes, is that when it starts? Oh, they're available on the 9th, yeah. Made to order. Made to order things do take up to 6 months. And I do know that it takes a while because I ordered, remember at Christmas where you could order like the Mechanicum bits? I ordered like the little bits of, what were they? You had like a crane and a few other little bits and bobs. I ordered them at Christmas and I've still not got them. So they do take a while to come through. But yeah, I can't wait to watch this because I'll do some more shorts on it. And it'll get me some more views, hopefully. What? Hey? What were we on about? So yeah, that was the preview. What are people's thoughts? The Mechanicum, yeah. I do like them though. The Myrmidons I do like, because they do kind of just look like Terminators. Just weird. And it would be nice. You know what would look quite nice, actually? Kit bashing some of them bits in with Iron Warriors. Like them shoulder pads and stuff. And I do think that some of these Cathay are good. Yeah, it's a filler week, isn't it? That's all it is. It's because it's not the first weekend and not the last weekend of the month. It's not 40k. But what do we think? I've actually wrote it on this one this time. Let's have a look at the last one of the... here we go. Here at Warhammer Community website, we're looking to take a closer look at all new 40k characters from the Tau Empire, Leagues of Votan, and Tyranids. So that's all the stuff there that was announced at the last preview show, wasn't it? You had them 2 Tau guys, you had the Leagues of Votan Orc fighting guy, and you had the Tyranid bits. We get 2. Yeah, there you go. Chance to win 2 combat patrols. Everyone get in on that? Yeah, there was them 2 Tau haven't been released yet, have you? They actually look quite cool. I didn't mind them new Tau ones. Where are they? God, that was a while back. See if I can find it. God, how long ago was that? God, this is going to take a while to find these. It was around here because we were talking about that Warsmith. Let's see. Was it a New Year? Was it the New... No, it wasn't the New Year preview, was it? Was it December? When was all the Tau Necron... Yeah, there was the Necron stuff was announced as well. It was when this boy was announced. When was that? It was the... Tau can never be cool. When was that? When did we do that watch along? I'll have to look through my videos, won't I? It's when we done that big watch along, wasn't it? Let's see if we can find it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Was it? There we... No, it wasn't that. I just saw a Tau and got all excited. That's the first time I've ever fucking said that. I saw the Tau and got excited, really? No, not really. I will find it again. We'll have a look another time. Yeah, it was before Christmas. I really want to get that hat. That helmet. I really want this helmet. Have you seen the cost of it, though? Because the eyes light up and everything. It's like 140 quid. You can get it on a display stand like that. Little Joy Toy one. I just don't think it's worth 140 quid. I just don't think it's worth 140 quid. When was it? Has anyone got a month of when it was? Yeah, you could print me one for cheaper. Yeah, I'll give you the money. Yeah, I'll do it that way. There it is. There you go. Yeah, it'll be these guys. So it'll be him. This is the ones that they're on about. So it'll be him. Does it say his name? No, it doesn't matter. But yeah, it'll be him. It'll be these two, which, you know what? In terms of, they're getting a bit more curved and a bit more, especially like the legs and stuff. They're not too bad. I don't mind them because they're getting all these little... They're trying to go like more of a Japanesey sort of style. This is what these are leaning towards. A bit more of a Japanese sort of style, which is what they should have always been to begin with. But, you know, if you want to go mech, you try and link it into a style rather than just going, we're going to try something new. There's the... Is it a Prime with a whip? Yeah. So there's him as well. Yeah, that'd be good to go with your Tau Cadre. Yeah, absolutely. So they're the three that they're on about over there then on the preview. Oops. Where's it gone? There you go. That's what they're on about down here. There you go. So are they what going to be launched next week? You charge with your Brutalis. Send in the Brutalis. But one of my videos I've just done, I've linked up all me Ronnie, Reggie, and Charlie, me three dreadnoughts, and yeah, my Brutalis is fun. But marks out of 10 for the Sunday preview. What do you reckon? Because of bad ruck and the cafe aren't that bad, I'm going to give it about 5. 5 or a 6. 5 or a 6 out of 10. Nothing great, but not terrible. Nothing great, but nothing terrible. Solid 4. 3 out of 10. You tight bastards. I like the cafe. Cafe gets 2 points for me. All right. They're quite not. They get another point. All right, we're up to 3. They're shit. Moving on. Badrock gets 2 more points, so there's 5. They get another one, there's 6. And yeah, there you go, 6 for me. 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. But it doesn't say anything about tomorrow, unless it's a bit further up. Now it's Warhammer Plus. But yeah, don't forget tomorrow. It's normally around about, is it 3 o'clock normally? Normally 3 o'clock there'll be something big announced. Because you remember last Monday, was it last Monday? Yeah. Last Monday they said when they launched the, wasn't the Defiler, was it? It was the, who was last Monday? Wasn't the Defiler? Was it? Oh, it was these guys. It was the AdMech. And then you read, there you go. So this is what you read last Monday. And still not all joining us for the next big expansion, so come back next week and bask in the shadow of Armoured Glory. So Shadow of Armoured Glory can only be 2 things. It can either be a big-ass tank, which don't forget there is that the variant of the Fellblade, which has got the Volkite thing on the top, or the Rumours are saying, and these are coming from the voices on the Vox, aka Valorant, that there is a mid-sized knight coming, which is not going to be Armiger-sized. So we go to shop online, Warhammer.com. So it's not going to be small Armiger-sized. Armies of the Imperial Knights. So it's not going to be big boy Questora size like this, and it's not going to be little Armiger size. It's going to be kind of in between. Tanks don't see glory. Well, if it's a big super heavy, they do. But what have we got around here? Because he's mid-sized. So are they doing... Oh, no, he's a Cerestus Knight. No, he's not. Sorry, he's not mid-sized. I'm thinking of another guy. Where's the other guy? Oh, he's gone. Because these are all Questora sized. They're all Cerestus sized. So Cerestus are the tall, thin, lanky ones like the Knight Lancer, which are bigger than the Questora size. Obviously, the Porphyrion is not going to be coming because that's big. It'd be nice if they did him in plastic. I would get it. I don't think the Porphyrion they will. I'd really like one too, but I don't think they will. I don't think there'll be... I don't think that big boy there would be the one. How big's this one actually? He's Armiger sized. He's just Armiger sized. So yeah, apparently he's in between the Armiger size and the Knight sized. Oh, he will. They'll definitely do something big in plastic. They have to. They'll definitely do something if they're going to do the Warhound Knight in plastic. The Warhound Titan in plastic. They'll definitely do him. Porphyrion. Definitely do that. Definitely do that. But that's the rumours that there is going to be another night revealed tomorrow. So keep an eye out. 3 p.m. and normally I think it is GMT. Or what's that? 6 hours behind in America. So 9 in the morning. Ooh. Just when you're waking up, you get to see it. Go, ooh. But that'll be tomorrow. That'll be tomorrow. So that is the end of the reveals. So, summer to that Crusader mentioned earlier, which was the armor variant on the... So, don't know if anyone's been listening in, but the 11th edition is coming. All right, so you've got 11th edition coming now. Apparently, in the box set that you're going to be getting, you're getting 4 characters. So very, very much the same as what we were saying a few weeks back, or a few months back now, which is it's going to be the same sort of theme. Not same theme, that's wrong to say. It's going to follow the same lines as Leviathan. So with Leviathan, you got 4 characters. You got a big... you got the Dreadnought in you, so you got something big in there. You got the Terminators, the Stern Guard, and the Infernus Marines. So you got 3 squads as well. So they were everything that you got in the box. And I've surmised and guessed that the 11th edition box set was going to follow the same sort of vein. 4 characters, 1 big unit, and 3 lots of... Sorry, I'm concentrating on doing this as well. And 3 lots of, elite... One normal troop, 1, veteran group, and 1 elite group. So this one's going to be kind of the same sort of thing. So last time you got Captain in Terminator Armour, Librarian in Terminator Armour, you got Apothecary Biologist, and you got that Lieutenant with the combi weapon, with the 2 swords who went round just killing things on his own. This time, the rumours are saying that you're going to get Captain again, but just in normal power armour. You're going to get a new Librarian, power armour. There's also going to be a banner bearer, new, ancient with a banner. And the last thing was that chaplain with a jump pack. So they're going to be the 4 characters that you're going to get. The big super heavy that was the Dreadnought, which was the Ballistic Dreadnought, is apparently going to be a speeder of some sort, because they're getting an upgrade in size. So whether that be the big one with the Hellstorm or Hellfire, I can't remember which ones they are. It could be that, but probably a smaller one, knowing them. And then there's going to be the 3 troops. Apparently, is the Vanguard Vets, which would make sense because they'll go with the chaplain, and we've been waiting for Vanguard Vets for ages. So that's going to be your veteran group. There's going to be new intercessors. So the current intercessors are being replaced. So you're going to get new intercessors. So they're going to go along the lines of how the Stern Guard were. So remember the Stern Guard. So these guys. So the Stern Guard had different armor marks on them. It came with different helmets. So there was like Mark 7 helmets in there as well, which is this one. Let's see if we can show you that one. So that had a Mark 7 helmet with it. I've done a little bit of playing around, put some Mark 6 with mine, so I'll show you them in a sec. And also as well, there is going to be this new, completely new Gravis unit, which we're not sure if it's going to have like bolt cannons or heavy bolters or something along them lines. So it's going to be like this new unit that we haven't seen. Now, I was hoping that they were going to do the tactical squad. So do the Primera size tactical squad. But it doesn't look like they're going to bother with that, which I think is stupid. Because the tactical squad is the best selling box that you can get by an absolute country mile. Because everyone goes Space Marines for their first box that they buy and then decide what they want to do. And it was always the tactical squad. So it's the biggest selling box. And for them not to do it, I think is an absolute, travesty to begin with. And I think they're daft. I think they've just lost out. But yeah, if you look at some of the bits that you can get, so let me just swap over to this camera up here. Let me show you some of the Stern Guard and what I mean. Let me show you this. So apparently a lot of the intercessors now that come in this box are going to have different tactical marks. So you can see from his chest, see how it's like a flat Primaris or a flat chest guard without the Aquila? So you're going to have things like that. Now, I've had a little play around with it. That was a helmet that came with the Stern Guard. So there's a Mark 7 helmet. Now, I've had a little play around where I've done things like a Mark 8 helmet because it's Dark Angels. But I've also done daft little things like, there we go, Mark 6 backpacks. So apparently there's going to be them. And also they're going to be doing the, And also, they're going to be doing a change of the weaponry as well. So you might have some old Firstborn bolters in there rather than the... where are they? So you might have some old school bolters in there rather than the Primera sized ones. So yeah, That's like a nice mix. They're going to refresh the bolter intercessors. They will have to refresh the assault ones as well. Would make sense. Would make sense to do that as well. So yeah, maybe you get new ones of them as well. Hang on, what am I? There. I'm just putting me bits together. So I'm trying to, in case anyone's wondering why I'm doing so many Deathwing, I'm trying to do first company. I'm trying to get all 100 of the first company, which I've got. I just need to paint them all. So we're going to do some Lightning Claw guys, because these just were sprayed. And we got 10 Stern Guard. We got the Captain, who's got a little bit of a change. So he's got a different helmet and a different backpack to him. And then this is the Lieutenant, but he's got a different arm. So he's got more of a mechanical arm. He's got that, you can just make it out there. And he's got a different pose to him. And obviously is the Ancient as well. So we're just going to have a little play around, do some painting and whatnot. But yeah, it would make sense for him to do the Assault Intercessors as well. What about the Heavy Intercessors? They might have to redo them as well. So Heavy Intercessors possibly. So a lot of these stuff that they're looking at changing is all the 8th edition stuff. Which in fairness haven't been around all that long. What are you talking about? 7 years? 8 years? No, that's not. It's about 10 years, isn't it? 10, 11 years. 10, 11 years, that's all they've been. And normally the turnaround for them is, what? The 20 years they normally have before they start changing them. So what do you reckon? What would you like to see? Here's a question for everyone in chat now. What would you like to see in 11th edition? Not just Space Marines. What would you like to see in your army? What new things would you like to see in your army? Or what would you like them to change? Maybe do an updated one. Because in the Space Marine one, apparently we're going to get a new Rhino chassis, which is going to be kind of the same, just bigger. Same with the Land Raider. Land Raider's getting a change. Which, if the Rhino's being changed, that means you'll get new Whirlwind, Vindicator, new Death Company. What, you'd like to buy a new Death Company, or you'd like them to change and, refresh it and do just a pure Death Company unit, like they did with Sanguinary Guard? But yeah, the Rhino's going to be changed. So you'll have hopefully new Rhino, Razorback, Whirlwind, Vindicator, Predator, because you'll have to do all them if you're just doing the pure Deathwing Company unit. It'd be cool. But if you're going to change the Rhino, you've got to change all them. If you're changing the Land Raider, you've got to do a new not Vindicator. You have to do a new Redeemer, Crusader, as well as the standard unit as well. So they'll have a refresh, and I've bought 3 of them fucking things. Sanguinary Guard should come with wings. They should come with wings. New Devastators, so if you look back to what's Firstborn still in use now. Tactical Squad is still Firstborn. Devastators are still Firstborn. Vanguard Vets still Firstborn, but they're obviously getting changed. Centurions are still Firstborn, as well as Rhinos, Razorbacks, all of them, and the Land Raiders. They're all still Firstborn sized. Is there anyone else? The only character I know of that's still Firstborn size is the Chaplain with the Jump Pack. Librarian's not, is he? Yeah, well, you get third-party ones, can't you? Like Archie's Forge, as you said. But yeah, they're all still the Firstborn stuff. So a Devastator squad would be nice, because obviously Chaos have got the Havocs, which is the same thing. So that'll be nice to get changed. Then you've got Vanguard Vets are being changed. Chaplain's being changed. What do you think is going to happen to Centurions? I want Dark Angel, Strike Master, and Command Squad back. I think we might lose the Raven Guard Command Squad. On the Raven Wing, Command Squad in the next one. Because next edition, Dark Angels and Raven Wing are getting an update. So you've got new bikes that will be coming, new speeders. Samael's getting an upgrade, apparently. Or an updated version. But yeah, I'm wondering if we're going to lose the Raven Wing Command Squad. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to lose them. Centurions should be bin. Centurions are just like a direct... I don't think they will, because I was thinking they were going to go. I think they'll be replaced by something, because they were a direct opposition to Obliterators and Mutilators. Obliterator's got changed in, was it 8th edition when the Venom Crawler came out? And now they just brought new Mutilators out. It's making me think, I don't think Centurions will go unless they change them to something else. Because they're meant to be like a direct competition for them, if you know what I mean. So originally, I was thinking they were going to go, but I think they'll get upgraded. I think you'll get bigger Centurions. Be interesting to see that if they did that. Would be. What the frick that? It's rock solid that now. Give these a clean. Yeah, it'd be nice to see grav bikes, but will they do all grav bikes? Because you've got the Outriders. I mean, you'd have to get rid of the Outriders. And when you get rid of the Outriders, you obviously need to replace it with something, and they haven't done multi-part Outriders yet. One sec. Be nice to do it, but will they then do all... Hang on one sec. I'm just trying to get my dry brush a bit less mangled. So they haven't done multi-part Outriders, because Outriders are still pushed to fit. The only thing that's been multi-part on a bike so far is the Chaplain. So will they go full-on grav? Yeah, I thought my camera would stop that. Will they go full-on grav with all of the bikes and get rid of the Outriders? Which would make sense. Or will they go full-on grav? Now, there is another rumour that I've been hearing that's kind of a bit rumoury, but also a bit my own thoughts. Now that they're doing all this, do your own little character, will they do not a build your own unit, but like more unit specific ones? Because you've got all the Chaos getting all the legions coming back. So just that Emperor's Children, they've got their own units, Noise Marines, Tormentors, Infractors, Flawless Blades. Iron Warriors are coming back. They're going to have their own stuff as well. So they'll be back next edition. Will they bring back another Space Marine unit? Or will they give more love to other Space Marine units? Because apparently Carcharodons might be getting a bit of love. Because in one of the books it does state that an assassin did do a bit of work to their chapter master. So the big guy, the Red Wake, he's a bit sore. So he might be getting Primaris sized. Or crossing the Rubicon, because he's still firstborn size. And he's a big fucking boy. So he might be getting a new model. So the Carcharodons might be getting something. But will they be doing something special, unique for like the Imperial Fists? The White Scars, will the White Scars get the grav bikes, is what I'm trying to get at. So will the White Scars get the grav bikes? Will Imperial Fist get breaches? Will Raven Guard get specialist jump assault units that get stealth and this, that and the other? Will the Iron Warriors get... Oh, what were they? Not the Iron Warriors. Gamer J, thank you very much for subscribing. Will the Iron Hands get a specialist unit? And then obviously you've got the Carcharodons and you've got the Second Founding and all them, and yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the Red Wake did he? Didn't Abaddon say to him, "I'll make you immortalised. I'll make you a legend," or something like that? And he went, "I already am." Just like, what would you like to see? Yeah, that's it. I'm already feared. That's it. Yeah. Who else would you like to see? Either brought in a new model, because you can get a Tyberoth model. He was a Forge World one. So there is a model available for him. But if you could pick someone in your army to have a change who hasn't changed in a while, who would you like to get? 30k Mournival. You can get most of them. You can get the original Mournival. Well, let's say the original from the books Mournival. So Torgadon, Loken, Little Horus, and Abaddon, do you mean? Or repos for Dante. Dante's only been out a few years, so you won't get that for a while, unfortunately. Sword Brethren Terminator armor. Yep. They'd be interesting, yeah. Yeah. So you want some Black Templar stuff? Right, where's my bits? There we go. The 4 from Horus Rising. Yeah, I mean, I don't like the... I'm not a fan of the Loken 30k model where you get him with Abaddon. I like the fact that you get him with Abaddon, but I don't like the fact that he's... the pose is a bit shit. Because if you take it away from that, it doesn't look right when it's just on its own. Ooh, which weapons will they lose? So, Vanguard Vets. Let's see what they get at the minute, because you get Thunder Hammers and Shields. One sec, let me just go on to my 40k app. Space Marines, Codex, date sheets, all the way to the bottom. Down to the Vanguard Vets. There we go. So currently they get things like the Bolt Pistol, the Grab Pistol, the Hand Flamer, Inferno Pistol, Plasma Pistol. So you get all the pistols. Melee weapons is at the minute you only get the Vanguard Veteran weapons. So they don't have anything kind of special at the minute. They don't have like the hammers and whatnot, which you get on the picture. So I reckon they'll do very much similar to what they used to have. So I think hammers and shield. They used to get a lot, but in the current rules, they don't. In the current rules, they're a bit shite. Now, is that because there's new bits coming out and stuff? Probably. But obviously, you can get them with lightning claws, can't you? You can get them with thunder hammers and shields. You can get them with an array of different pistols. Oh, you're meaning on the sprue? Oh, yeah, they get a shitload on the sprue. Because in the rules, they used to get... they used to be able to use a lot of these weapons. So they used to be able to use... like Thunder Hammer shields. I think they'll go very similar to these guys, the Assault Terminators, whereby you can use Thunder Hammer and Shield, Lightning Claws, Chain Sword, or they might do some like Chain Axes with pistols. I don't think they'll come with... they won't have bolters because they haven't had... I don't think they've had bolters before, but they might have had them long time ago. That's bad. Oh, shit, that's going red. It's going pink. Fuck. Look at him, he's gone all pink. He's gone all pink. Let me give this a good clean. Alright, let me get some tissues. You want to know the recipe for my Deathwing Armour? Ooh, that's what we're doing tonight. Stick around, you'll see. The first job, and the only things I've done to these so far, is I've sprayed them with Xandri Dust undercoat, and I have inked them all over with Seraphim Sepia, which you can see there in bits. So that is what I have undercoated them so far. And that's why they look like this. So they look a bit shiny, a little bit weird. Now I need to get some of this red off here. It's going to be a pain in the ass. Yeah, grav pistols they'll still have. They'll still have the hand flamer. They will... they'll still have the hand flamer. They'll still have plasma, because everyone has plasma. Grav pistol, yeah, I think they'll keep that. But I think they'll simplify it, where it'll be kind of the same sort of rules where only one could have it. The sergeant of the unit and maybe one other. I don't think they'll allow the full unit to take it. Because right now, yeah, any number of them now can change it to grab pistol, hand flamer, inferno, or plasma. But I might not be able to use this one. If they want to follow the same logic as all the other units that currently, it's only tends to be one, which is the captain, or the sergeant, sorry, and one other person in the unit. So they may limit it to that. Fucking hell, that went flying out my hands. Right, come on, clean up, you little shit. Right, have I got... it's going to leave everything red. Can't be using that. Right, let's use this one. It's a bit big. But it's fine. We'll use this one because it's not going to red everything. Right, 1 second. Should put a bit of music on in the background, or should we just carry on chatting away? If anyone would like to jump in the chat, I am currently in the Discord lobby. If you're new and you want to join the Discord, !Discord in chat. Pop on over. And if you paint Warhammer, go onto the Discord. There is sections on there where you can show off your models. Come and join us. Come and join us, because there's a lot of you here. Hopefully there's a lot of likes going in. There we go. But yeah. Make sure, it'd be nice if there's a lot of likes going in. You know, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. You know, maybe you'd like to become a member. Because we are going to be doing some members-only content. So if you like watching, like, me painting Horus. Because I've been painting 30k Horus Rising. But he's only available on members only. If you want to watch that. So what I'm doing here, just in case anyone's wondering, so I undercoated it with Xandri Dust. Now what I'm doing is I'm dry brushing, I've inked it with Seraphim Sepia. Now what I'm doing is I'm just dry brushing over it again, just so it leaves the Xandri Dust in them little recesses. Not the Xandri Dust, the Seraphim Sepia in the little recesses. And then we'll go on to doing little bits in a minute. But what armies do you guys play then? Or paint? Or read about? Because, you know, you might not necessarily be into the 40k painting side of the hobby yet. You might just be into the reading side. You might be into the, you know, you might be into the reading it. You might be watching YouTube videos on it and stuff like that. What's your army? I'll take that off there. Obviously, I'm a Dark Angel player. And I've just undercoated as well all of my knights. So we have got a competition going on in the Discord. Greasepiece, you having another go to see if you get another name. So we've nearly finished the Byzantine, which is my Knight Lancer. I've got all the base all done in terms of how he's going to sit. I need to start painting that and doing whatnot. I might do that on stream, actually. But I now have a Knight Defender, which I've undercoated, as well as all my Armigers, because I need a colour scheme for my army. Because the Knight Lancer is purely going to be a free blade who fights with them. So I need a full colour scheme for my army. So if you're in the Discord, put !Discord in chat, pop on over, and if you go to the competition section, you will see Imperial Knight colour scheme. And that's the competition to see who will name my knight. There's been one entry so far. But Greasepiece, as you see him in there, Greasepiece, put your Instagram in. So Greasepiece Painting, go and follow him on Instagram. And he won the last competition, which you'll see in the archives, to name my Knight Lancer. And also paint the what colour scheme I was painting it. So get over there, hit the !Discord, have a little look, and have a go. Have a little go. Have you noticed with these as well? These don't have... Right, let me show you that. So they're the lightning claws that come in the box with the assault terminators. So they're the lightning claws that come with it. So I've got two like that, but I've got 3 like that. But I found these in the same box set that you get the Deathwing Strike Master and stuff like that. So these are old school. Want them at old school. And you'll see they've got like Dark Angel symbols on them, and they're holding them rather than being a gauntlet. So I found these and I'm like, ooh, hello. I'll have a little go of them, please. But yeah, anyone's free and wants to jump over in the lobby, come and have a chat. Come and have a chat with me. So I'm not bored on my own. Oh, thanks, Heretic Mike. Yeah, they're old ones. They're quite old lightning claws, but obviously they have the Deathwing, Dark Angel, should say, symbol on them. So it's a nice little addition to the Deathwing. And I had 3 sets. I'd use one set, which I could pop them off the guy and put them on one of these. But you get 3 sets in the box. So if you can get hold of yourself some old Deathwing Strike Master, not Strike Master, sorry, some old Deathwing Knights or Terminators or Command Squad, that was the one. That's where they are. So if you find a shop that's got them, get them. Yeah, so all we're doing now is we're going back over to make sure that the Seraphim Sepia is just in the recesses and not on the top. So we're lightening it up quite a lot compared to what they were. Don't have to go too mad, because you're going to go with other colours as well. But I find this especially if you want to get your armies done quick, this is a much easier way of doing it, dry brushing it, than edge highlighting and stuff like that. So you see how one's a lot lighter than the other? This guy's a lot darker. Find it a lot easier. Hello from Spain. Hello, Spain. How are you? Marines aren't very flat. That's true. That's very true. They aren't very flat, which allows you to keep things like, see how you can still see the Seraphim Sepia in the gaps down here? So that creates natural shadow on them. That creates the natural shadow. But I mean, I'm not a good painter. I'm an average painter at best, but I have a couple of little tricks that I know which help me out. And I don't want to sit there for hours edge highlighting every panel on every Marine that I've got, because I'll be there forever, because I take so long to do any sort of edge highlighting. Where with this, I can blast through, what we got here, 18, we'll do 18 models in about 20 minutes, half an hour. That's if I shut up and carry on and just not talk. But how's the weather in Spain today? Is it nice? Right, so this is the Ancient that came out recently. Space Wolves, nice. I like Space Wolves. You'll get on well with Nate when he comes into chat. Nate does Space Wolves. What's your current Space Wolf that you're painting or building? Have you already got Logan? Have you got the Gel the Storm Caller? Have you got... Help me out. I can't remember all the names on I'm painting. Yeah. I agree, Crusade. That's why I do it. Because I do it in multiple different colours as well. I don't just do like a couple. Alright, so there's all the Terminators done. Now we're going to go on to these little guys. And you don't have to use a tiny little... I mean, look at the size of that brush compared to him. It's huge. You don't have to use a tiny little brush and get in every nook and cranny. Obviously, it depends on how good of a painter you are and how well you want the... Actually, I can start putting these on here now. How you want it to be. Because you might take a few hours to do this. Because that's the level that you want to do it at. You want to do it at a higher level. For me, I just want to get them battle ready. Or battle ready plus, we'll call it. So a little bit better than battle ready. You've got to take pride in it a little bit, haven't you? Got to be a bit prideful on your your Marines. But yeah, if you haven't, please hit that subscribe button. It massively helps me out. And keep chatting as well, because chatting, I've realised when looking at the algorithms, chatting and asking me questions is better than likes and stuff like that. So keep asking, please. Just keep, if you have any questions you want to know. Who was it asked me earlier? Hans Polo asked me my recipe. Hopefully it's still around, Hans, because you're going to find it all out today, my recipe for me Deathwing. But yeah, keep asking. I'm surprised people don't ask me more what rumours have I heard about 11th edition and stuff like that. Have I ever done metallic slapchop? I have not. Unfortunately. Well, I say unfortunately. It's not something that really interests me. But I know a guy who we spoke about earlier, Nate. He's going to be doing that. He's going to be doing something very similar for his Space Wolves. Sorry, I don't write in English. I use Google Translate. Oh, no, Dave. Don't apologise. Don't apologise. It's totally fine. Sergio, don't you worry about it. Please don't apologise. It's fine. It's really nice to have a global audience. Yeah, so please just keep asking. Still open to new ideas for the bone armor since collecting Deathwing myself. Nice, yeah. I find this very, very easy, and it also looks quite cool as well. So if you have a look at some of my videos, you'll see I've got like loads of Blade Guard, Deathwing Knights, Terminators, both Assault and normal standard Terminators. So I have quite a lot. I need to get my Stern Guard done. That's one of the units that's not done, because I want to get all 100. Because as you know, your individual chapter is made up of 10 companies, and in them 10 companies you have 100 men. So my first company, which is the Deathwing for the Dark Angels, I want all 100 men. Yeah, I want all 100. So I think I've got somewhere in the region of, I know you can't use them all in a game, but I've got 20 Deathwing Knights. I've got 5 of them with swords, 15 of them with maces. Yeah, they're good. They're good miniatures. Sergio, absolutely. I've got 20 Deathwing Knights. I've got 20 Assault Terminators. 10 with Lightning Claws, 10 with Hammers. So that's took us to 40 already. I've got 20 Terminator Standards. I've got 2 of them with Plasma Cannons. I've got 20... I've got 2 of them with Plasma Cannons. 1 with an Assault Cannon. 1 with a Cyclone Missile Launcher. The rest of them are all Power Fists and Bolters. So that then takes us up to 60. I've got 20 Stern Guard. I've got 2 Heavy Bolters. So I've got 2 of them with the Heavy Bolters. I've got 2 of them with the Pyre Cannons. Or Pyre Flamers. So that takes us up to 80. I've got 18 Blade Guard, which takes us up to 98. No, hang on, I forgot. Yeah, they have it. It takes up to 98. And then I've got chaplains who can mix between different regiments. I've got a couple of... I've got 1 captain in Terminator armor. This is the same captain, but in his standard armor. I've got 2 lieutenants, 1 with his shield and 1 without, so they basically swap in and out. Another successful... What have you been printing then, Crusader? What have you been doing? Think of doing Stern Guard, Greed... Yeah, you can do. I mean, up until this edition, your Stern Guard, your Blade Guard and whatnot, they would have been, because historically, your first company they were all Terminators. All 100 of them were Terminators. It's only recently that you can put other units with them, like Blade Guard. Anything with any veteran now is classed as first company, and that's why Vanguard vets can go in it, Stern Guard vets, Blade Guard vets. But that's only a recent thing. So yeah, you can do your Stern Guard Green if you wish to. By all means. 100 winged helmets on your Dark Angels ready for 11. Nice. Nice. See, I like having to mess around with things. So, like, I've got this guy who looks quite badass because he's got an axe and his gun is just hanging over his shoulder like that. The Death Guard is dark. Death Guard's not. No, Deathwing. So Deathwing is the first company of the Dark Angels. The Death Guard is another legion altogether. They're chaos. Maybe green armor with bone shoulders. Yeah, that's doable. Because if you remember the original Deathwing, the Inner Circle Companions, or Deathwing Companions, whatever they were called for Horus Heresy, they're all black with one shoulder pad of bone. So yeah, it's doable. It's absolutely doable. The great thing about this hobby that I love is you can do whatever you want. Your models at the end of the day, and that's one of the things that Warhammer or Games Workshop absolutely love, is that you can do that. For example, my normal green Dark Angels, so Intercessors, what have I got done? Jump Assault Intercessors, Hellblasters, stuff like that. They're meant to have an Aquila. So the Aquila on them all, so that thing on standard Dark Angels is meant to be bone. On mine, I do white because they're my models, and I think the white looks better than the bone. But because that's just my opinion, that's why I do them like that, because that's how I want them to look. But you don't have to. You can do all sorts of colours you want. You can do slap chop, like someone said earlier in chat. You can do full synthwave. I've heard people doing. You could do whatever you want. You could airbrush them all. You can dry brush them all. You can paint them all however you want to do them. Just do them how you want. Do them how you want. Death Guard, Deathwing, Deathwatch, Death Corpse of Krieg. Yeah, it does get... Jits, I agree with you. That's why occasionally I'll say, like Ravenwing, Raven Guard. I'll cock up quite a lot. Oh, Sergio, don't apologise, mate. You don't apologise. That's what we're here for. We're here to help. I'm here to answer any of your questions. So yeah, please, don't apologise. No, don't apologise. But keep asking the questions. If you're not sure, just ask. And if I don't know, someone in chat will know. Because that's the good thing about this community. There's people there to help. It's a weird community where you go like... So I'm in a few different communities. So I play Airsoft, as you've seen. In majority, a lovely community. Can be some knobheads in it. Warhammer, good community. Can be some knobheads in it. Magic the Gathering, mainly knobheads, but can be a nice community. If you know the right people. But Warhammer's one of the weird ones where there's no gatekeeping. There's no like, oh, we don't want new people in. Yeah, absolutely we do. You definitely want new people in a community because new people keep the community going and keep the hobby going as well. And that's one of the most vital things to any hobby. That's what I love. That's what got me... it's like Grease Piece Painting, who you speak to in chat. He's the person who got me into Airsoft. And because of him, he got me... by proxy, he got me back into Warhammer. Because of... I was new to Airsoft, and he was very welcoming, and that's what got me into it. Trying to figure out how to get past the Saturnine Praetor into your Dark Angels. Well, that is a good question to ask. I've recently did... So I bought some Saturnine bits when it first came out, before like all the pre-orders and everything like that, because I was going to do a captain, a chaplain, and a librarian, all in the Saturnine armor. They're good to do. Piss off, Grease Piece. They're good to do. So what will fit is if you get like the arms off a Indominus scale model, and you put them on the Saturnine, they do fit. But they're a bit weird. They're a bit sort of difficult to pose properly because the way that the armor comes over. But yeah, on so Silos, what I'll do is on a future stream, remind me, and I'll get my Saturnine guy. But yeah, you can do it because the good thing about that Praetor model is you can kit bash him a few different ways, so that you can put... You have to change the weapon to like a power weapon rather than the hammer. So you could just call your hammer a power weapon. It's fine. And you can just put a bolter on him. But I did What did I put on mine? I did a sword and a bolt, storm bolter. But yeah, it does it. You've been very disconnected from the hobby because the prices are expensive. Yeah, they are. They are very, very expensive. Buy your models from a third-party retailer. Don't buy them from Warhammer, Games Workshop, and they actually don't want you to buy them from them. This is the weirdest thing, and this is the thing I love about the hobby, right? You go to a third-party stockist. So, for example, if you do !Wayland in chat, that is one of my only affiliate where I buy my Warhammer from, because you can get up to 20% off what you would get compared to going to Warhammer. So !Wayland, go there, buy it, and you get it 20% cheaper. Now, Warhammer or Games Workshop actually want you to buy from these third-party stockists because that's how people get into the hobby easier. The whole point of a Warhammer shop now isn't to sell you anything. It's to show you how to play the game. That is the whole point of Warhammer shops. That's why they have one staff member. There's no aggressive selling. There's no trying to get you to buy the core games. When I used to work for them, we used to get targeted on how many core games we sold. We used to get targeted on how many paint sets we sold, how many big paint sets we sold, because they used to do the paint sets. They used to do a massive bundle paint set that had all of them in. So you had like 150 to 200 paints in it, and a load of paintbrushes as well. So when I was there, we used to get targeted for all this. Now, there's none of that. It's purely, this is how you play the game. This is Horus Heresy, 40k, AOS, all stuff like that. And that's the whole point of the shops these days. That is it. It's not for selling anything. So buy all your bits from a third-party stockist. Now, I'm sure, being that you live in Spain, I am pretty sure that Wayland Games, so !Wayland in chat, I am pretty sure they post to Spain. They post to Europe. Post to Europe, I should say. There's a guy called Icarus Patton on it. Yes, Icarus Patton. He's on Instagram. Yeah, I follow him on Instagram. That does conversion kits for Saturnine Dreadnought. Yeah, he does Saturnine Dreadnought, but I think chat was talking about the Praetor. You know, the captain. Yeah, we had a quota for sets. Yeah. You had to sell one core game, 40k. So at them days, there was no AOS. There was 40k, Fantasy as we called it, which is the old world, and Lord of the Rings. They were the three main games. You obviously had other ones, but you weren't quoted to them. You had starter sets, which were basically the paint sets that you see now. So you got a couple of models, a brush, and some paints. So they were your starter sets, and the core game was only 50 quid. And that had the book. That time it was black. It was the Black Templar cover. So is that 3rd edition? So you had Black Templar, you had Dark Eldar, and stuff like that. So yeah, you had to sell in a week. You had to sell one core 40k, one core Fantasy, one core Lord of the Rings per week, and you had to sell per day at least one paint. English is difficult for Spaniards because it's written different. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it is. Yeah. English is the weirdest, most difficult language to learn, apart from Russian. What leaders would you recommend for Dark Angel Lieutenant Chaplains? Great question. So in mine, I have. It depends on what you're taking. So for my Deathwing Knights, I put them either with a librarian, because the librarian gives them sustained, or with a chaplain, because the chaplain is a reduction on something. I can't remember what a chaplain does now, but yeah, I tend to go with a librarian or a chaplain. Azrael, 1,000,000% is an auto include. Always put Azrael in it. Lieutenants are good to go with Inner Circle Companions, because Inner Circle Companion you can choose to have lethals or sustained, and by putting a lieutenant with them, or a Judicia, which I'll come on to in a minute, by putting a lieutenant with them you get lethals and sustained too, because the lieutenant gives you lethals, so then you can pick your sustained 2 option. Judicia is definitely a good one to go with Inner Circle Companion, because you get fights first, and the Judicia can get stronger and stronger and stronger by killing more units. If you're going to go with Hellblasters, I would definitely put a Lieutenant with them. Or Azrael, because you get sustained from Azrael. You get lethals with the Lieutenant. Asmodai gives them lethals as well, but he's not that great. So the only character out of the whole... See, it all depends on what you're playing as well. If you're playing objectives, it's different. I tend to not play objectives. I tend to play like 2 armies fighting. Yeah, don't put Azrael with Blade Guard. No. Azrael goes with your shooting unit or Inner Circle Companion. Because Inner Circle Companion, Azrael gives them the sustain, so they can go down the lethal option, so they got lethals and sustained. So I would put Azrael with a shooting unit. You could put him, if you're playing objectives, you could put Azrael with some intercessors and have him keeping your home field advantage, because he gives them a 4-up invuln and he gives them sustained, and you get that extra CP every round. So Azrael 1,000,000%. There you go. Yeah, Crusader's already on it. Yeah. So I would only put Azrael with Hellblasters, which is what I do. If you're playing objectives, intercessors, because you can put them on the backboard and just keep them your home objective. Yeah, I put him with Hellblasters. Yeah, Hans Pol, I put Azrael with them. I put a Librarian and Terminator armor with my Deathwing Knights, because he gives them sustain. So imagine going after a monster or a vehicle with 5 attacks each, hitting on 2s with sustained, and then you've got the 4-up anti-monster, anti-vehicle, and you've got extra hits. It's just ridiculous. Stern Guard's pretty good to go with, yeah, because you get the devastating wounds on the bolt rifle, and then you get the sustained. But yeah, Azrael, Lieutenants are good. Chaplains are not that great for in 40k at the minute. Captains are a bit meh. Librarian and Chaplain are great Terminator-wise, so if you do a Librarian with these, he gets sustained, and you get like 5 attacks with the Lightning Claws, and then Twin Link, so you get sustained and Twin Linked, reroll wounds. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The Lion's great to go for anyway, as well, because he's just been reduced down in points cost. So yeah, put the Lion in. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I was going to say, you can't do him in Deathwing Knights, unfortunately. You can't do that. You can't put him in. You can't do the 10-man Deathwing Knight at the minute, unfortunately, bud. But in fairness, Hans Bolo, I wouldn't bother doing anything just yet. I'd get the Rule of Cool models for the next couple of months, because 11th edition comes out in June or July, and all the rules will change. All the rules will change. Now, this is the clever thing that Warhammer do that people haven't picked up on yet, and I've been saying it for ages and no one's listening. Right. When they're changing something, or they want people to buy certain models, that's when they change the rules. So, for example, when 10th edition first came out, Blade Guard were one of the best units you could get. Then they wanted people to buy something else, so they upped the points cost of Blade Guard, making it no one would play them, especially the tournament people. And then it went circular, so back at the back end of the edition, Blade Guard were good. Excuse me again. Oh yeah, there you go. They manipulate the sales to drive they manipulate the rules to drive the sales. Absolutely they do. Why wouldn't you? You can't stop you. It's your rules. So they manipulate the rules to drive the model sales. They do. 100%. Blade Guard were amazing. Everyone bought Blade Guard. Okay? Then they thought, right, what else can we sell? Right, let's sell... so what was good part way through? Aggressors. Aggressors were amazing right after Blade Guard. Right? Now they're not. They're shit. Because next, Aggressors will be good. Then it was Eradicators. Then it was... Terminators have not been good anywhere through it. Then it was... Jump Assault Intercessors. Then it was something else. But yeah, that's how they manipulate it. That's how they do it. That lieutenant is one who came with... Yeah, that lieutenant, yeah, who came with Leviathan, the 10th edition box set. He's good. He's pretty good to have, because he can do all like objectives for you. He's not that good if you're doing like a fight, just like a one-on-one fight. If you're just doing a one-on-one fight, like two armies going against each other, he's not that great. He's really good for objectives, so he can like just go off on by himself. He has the he has that extra move where if someone gets too close, he can, you know, the reactive move. He can just move like that. So he is really good for objective-based games, but for like just one-on-one fighting violence, no, he's not that good. He's not that good. But he's, you know, he's still a great model. And he's just one that I haven't painted yet. I've got him sat there, but I haven't painted him yet. Yeah, which is a shame. I need to do that next. Right, let me just pop his arm off. So this is one of the best models, I thought, the best captain model he ever did. But he's push fit. Because he can't really do much. See how he's push fit? I can put his arm straight in. So yeah. The only things I've done with him is I've changed his head and changed his backpack. That's all you can do, really. But he's a stunning model. I only recently got him. And he's 9th edition as well, you can tell, because of the base. Necrons. I think that's going to be my next army as well. Necrons is going to be my next army. Because I've got my Dark Angels. I've just completed my 2,000 points of my Knights, which I need to fully paint. So yeah, everyone, exclamation mark Discord in chat. Archie's Forge them helmets, Piotr. Archie's Forge. Don't know if they'll deliver though. That's the only thing. Whereabouts are you based again, Piotr? Is it Poland? You have to forgive me if I got that wrong. But yeah, what was I saying? I've lost lost what I was saying now. Poland, yeah. I don't know if they'll post it. It's worth having a look. Archie's Forge, it's called. That's where I got them from. This backpack and that. Oh yeah, push fit. Yeah, this is a good looking model. 9th edition. When they did with the Necrons. So yeah, it's good. It's one of the nicest captain models they've done. But there'll be a replacement one. So the captain model in that edition was obviously a shield captain. Then it was Terminator captain. So they haven't done a Gravis captain in a box yet, but I don't think they will. Well, they might do, actually. If they'd have gone out last night, I might have seen something I shouldn't have. Because the guy in question was drunk and he might have shown at me. What? What? I didn't say that then. What did it? What? Hey, what? What? Right. Let's get some colours. Right, so now we're going to lighten it up a bit. So, these are the colours I'm going to use. The reason I'm going to use Eldar Flesh is because my Rakath Stone has dried. So I can't use that, and I binned a few of them today. So, we've got Eldar Flesh, but the dry brush version. Flayed one. Ushapti Bone. Screaming Skull. And then a very, very, very thin Pallid Witch, or you could do... Actually, you know what? Yeah, you could do Arthurian Grey or Pallid Witch Flesh. You could do. No, not Celestial Grey. That's a bad one. So yeah, these are the main colours we're going to start with. So it's just purely going over it again, but going in smaller and smaller and smaller bits. So as you can see, dry brushing paint is a little bit different because it's quite thick. So what you have to do with it, you have to properly get a bit of it on your brush. Maybe. And I'm just going to check if I like it, because I've not used this yet. I don't know if that's going to be too light for my model. Yeah, don't think I'm going to bother with this. No, we get away with it, actually. Right, need some paper, need some paper. Shield very handsome, beautiful, or cool. I don't know. Yeah, it's a good shield, isn't it? It's a relic shield. So it's got the bones of like a saint or something on him. Like an old relic. So yeah, it's a cracking shield. Archie's Forge and a few other places, Dragoon Gaming, who I've bought things from in the past as well. They do a very similar thing where they have it, and it's come from the idea of this. So the shield's on the floor and they're just holding it from the top. See how this looks. So what we're going to do now is just go over the raised areas with it. Very light, like the fingers, tilt shields. Just a light smattering of it. Just so we get a bit of definition in the colour. Or in the model, I should say. Get rid of that red from earlier. There you go. Just simple like that. So some of the raised areas are being caught by it, but not all of them. Happy birthday. It's not my birthday. Not my birthday till next month. Get out, Java. Where'd you get that idea from? 13th of March is my birthday, Java. Are you busy? Or have you got a bar mitzvah to go to or a christening or something? Oh, for next month. Why are you not going to be here any time? I heard you're free, aren't you, to come up? I heard you're free to come. You see how we're just catching the raised areas? That's all we're doing, is just catching that raised area and just making it look slightly different, so you can see how the shin part is different from the inner leg. See how it's a little bit darker on the inner leg? You got on a mission to the moon. What if I bought you a train ticket to a return train ticket? Would you come then? There we go. You paint the walls with a bluish grey, caravels on the bone, edges and gold. Yeah, good scheme. Very good scheme. You can't. It's weird actually doing this without any music in the background, because normally I'm listening to a bit of relaxation music, but it's just me with me heavy breathing and everyone getting excited. Not overexcited, but just excited. Oh, wow. Well, we've been on for an hour and a half, and there's been 278 people so far tonight. Hopefully there's a lot of likes. I'd love to beat my my likes target of 60. I'd love to do that. Is that Sergio for Val's Discord? I don't know. Sergio, are you in Valrak's Discord? Join mine if you want. Exclamation mark Discord. If you've got Discord and you paint Warhammers, I used to speak to him about 85 years ago. If you've got Discord and you want to show off some of your models, exclamation mark Discord in chat, and we have a Warhammer section. So pop on over. Come and say hello. Come and show off your amazing models. Like Sergio, come and show your Space Wolves off. Your Shadow Grey is now called the Fang. Oh, right, okay. I didn't know that. Probably should have. But I've never painted Space Wolves before, so that's my what I'll say. So once we've done this, so this is just Eldar flesh, dry brush. So we'll get through these. So we're already 4 models through them. Vallejo, Osford Blue. Okay. We need to be telling Nate this. These are the colours he needs to be buying. Who else is sat painting along with me or playing? Anyone play like Space Marine 2 or anything? Or Dawn of War? Or any of the Warhammer games? That's one of the things I love about this hobby. Couldn't think of what the fucking word was then. So one of the things I love about this hobby is there's so many different aspects to it. There's the gaming side of things through models and PC and PlayStation games and whatnot. Then there is the books, the lore, the painting, the gaming. So many. Currently making Assault Terminators without one of the shoulder pads, so I can't put Dark Angel. Oh yeah, don't blame you. Able to print some off. Nice. Yeah, the Games Workshop ones, you have to get in the pack, the Dark Angel pack, don't you? That's the only thing. They don't do enough. I think they only do like 6, so you can do like 1 unit plus like a character. So on some of mine, I've gone wrong on some of mine. I've put like the Gravis ones there, you can see. Put like the Gravis ones on it. Just put them backwards. Jits is painting Dark Angel. Sorry, it's not. He's painting Alpha Legions. Chaos. Ooh. Jits, if you've got Discord, I want to see you do. I want to see. I love Alpha Legion colours. If you've got Discord, do ! Discord in chat. Pop on over and put some in the 40k section. I love the Alpha Legion colour. Grease Piece is painting his Land Raider. What colour are you painting it, Grease Piece? But anyone, if you've got Discord, Kitsune, you're in my Discord, aren't you? Yeah, if you've got Discord, come and have a little play around and put your models in the 40k section. I do, and especially if it's things like Alpha Legion, Necrons, Chaos, Eldar, anything that's bright colours. Anything really. Blood Angels. Yeah, you're doing a red one, not doing a Death Company one. Ooh, okay. Does look good in red, in fairness. Right, so there's all the Terminators done in the first one. Since you're not a gamer and you like to paint, I don't stick too closely to the codexes. Yep, that's fine. That's one of the good things about the hobby. But Sergio, put ! Discord in chat, just like Jits has, and come and join the Discord and show us. No Death Company arm. Ah, fair enough. Is this the discount league here? Yeah. So SMD ! Discord. So that one right above you. If you click on that, come and join and put them all in. There you go. ! Discord. Yeah, come and join. Say hello. And you'll notice a bit further down there's a 40k. There's a Warhammer section and a Warhammer 40k section. Just put them in there. Yeah, thank you. Welcome. Don't know what else to say. But if you like a bit of lore and you like coming up with new ideas for armour and whatnot, there is a competition. So if you go down to the competition section, we have got a painting competition and we've got a Imperial Knight colour scheme competition. So what we're doing this time with the painting competition is allowing the Discord group to pick the winner. Or YouTube, one of the two. It states here. But the Knight one is, I want someone to pick the colours for my Imperial Knight army. So I've got 6 Armigers, I've got a Knight Defender, I've got a Cerestus Knight Lancer, which has already been picked because he's a free blade, so that one's already picked and nearly finished. And I want people to go over and I want you to pick a name for the Knight Defender, pick a colour scheme for the army, and a bit of lore and rule, not lore, but what his house is called and what they've done in the past and stuff like that. But yeah, come and join. The more the merrier, please, everyone. Just come and have a little look. And keep the chat going, because the chat's brilliant. The chat's what I need. And if you haven't already, please hit the Discord. Not the Discord. Please hit the like button. and the subscribe button, which is the most important thing for me. Also, has anyone seen me latest video today and found out and picked out the mistake that I've done? I'm going to change it. I'm going to move that video to members only and put another one up tomorrow. But if anyone's seen it, it's I was just sat as a bloke is, sat on the throne, and yeah, I noticed it. And I'm like, ah, shit. So I told Chaos, and she said, well, I didn't notice it, just leave it. I'm like, no, I'll change it. I'll change it. So yeah, part 1 of... Oh, sorry, no, we're up to... So I tend to do my Deathwing Armour as a couple of different parts. So the first part is to undercoat them with Seraphin's... no, don't. With Xandri Dust. So that out of the rattle can, just spray them Xandri Dust. You don't have to do any zenithal highlighting or anything like that unless you want to. But yeah. So the first part of doing my Deathwing army is Xandri Dust out of the spray can. Then I go over all of them with Seraphim Sepia, as you can see right there. So yeah, go over all of them with Seraphim Sepia. Then I go dry brushing over all of them with Xandri Dust. Xandri Dust. That's the next thing that I do. Then once I've done the Xandri Dust, it's the next stage. Now, normally I'd do Rakarth Stone, but I didn't put the lid on it properly and it's all dried up. So I've had to find a proxy, and the closest proxy that I can find to it is Eldar Flesh, which is just a dry brush variant. There you go. By Citadel. And that's what we're doing now. So once we've done this, we're then going to work our way down through the colour tones and do some different way of highlighting until I get finally some little bits where I'll just do it with a brush, a thin brush, and just like edge highlight a few areas. But I'm not one for edge highlighting the whole bloody thing. I'm just not a fan of it. I'm trying to paint the bases of my army. So many models. Piotr, do you do a textured base or do you just paint over the plastic? How do you do them? Because I'm currently doing quite a textured base, shall we say, for me knight. So the whole pose is the knight, Serestus Knight Lancer has a shield and a lance, and most people do him charging into something, where I'm doing it the other way. I'm making him look like he's about to be charged. So what I've done is I've got his left foot is pushing a big mound of dirt back to give him a little bit of stability when he gets charged into, and then his right foot's planted, and then his shield is up and his lance is firing. So when I put it together the other day to see what it looked like, and it looks freaking cool. So yeah, that should be finished very, very soon. Next couple of weeks that'll be done. My Eldar wore chainmail under their armour instead of the current... Ooh, Sergio, that's actually a really good idea. Take a brush, put a little down on the base. You posted your little dudes on Discord. Oh, nice one, Peter. I'll have a little look in a bit. Let's get this layer of dry brushing done, and I'll have a little look at some of the bits. But yeah, everyone come over, join the Discord. More the merrier, really. But definitely have a little look at the competitions, because they're free to enter. The only competitions that you have to pay to enter is like voucher winning competitions and Dark Pack Gaming t-shirt winning competition. So I'll just take a break for a second. So we do a voucher every... So currently we're up to £10 on the prize fund. So we do a voucher every month. So this giveaway is on the last day of the month. So that'll be on Saturday. This Saturday coming is the last day of the month, isn't it? Yes. So on Saturday, we're going to do a couple of things. Now with these ones, you kind of have to pay to enter, really. We're doing the voucher giveaway, the t-shirt giveaway, but also we're going to do a quiz again. So we're going to do a 40k, 30k quiz. So if you're here, make sure you join us around about this time, sort of 8:30, 9 o'clock UK time. So that now it's 10 past 8 currently. So it'll be around about this time on Saturday. And we're going to do a big quiz where you could win prizes. Also, as well, we're going to have a spin the wheel. So if you gift a membership, become a member, do a super chat, £5 or more, anything like that, that enters you in to spin that wheel. And whatever prize pops up, you win. And last one, there was hoodies, T-shirts, hats. So these all had that Pat Gaming logo on them. There was flasks, mugs. So they've all been not all been posted out. So Grease Pieces that is. So Crusader, Michael, Mike, Pudsey, who else? Dank. All yours got posted out on Saturday. So they will be with you, I imagine, midweek. And all the stuff's in my car, so I put all the things, the tracking numbers on Discord tomorrow for you. I take a brush. Oh yeah, there's that one. I like the Discord because people paint and build some nice. Yeah, no, Discord's good, mate, because people will just put it on. And the good thing about my Discord, there's no knobheads, so you won't have people like saying it's anything negative about it. It's all positive. Yeah, the quiz was fun last time. Make sure everyone's here for the quiz because the quiz is a good night. I think I might order myself like a flashy sort of waistcoat with, like a fancy spangly waistcoat and bow tie. Just do it that way. Modern Space Marines are bigger details. Pro 9th edition ones wore a wide variety of helmets, better conversions. The Discord link doesn't seem to work. Hang on one sec. Try that one. Try that one. Let me know if that one works. Because a few people have... Hang on. Yeah, well, you've got Kitsunes there. So, hello, Flatline. Hello. Another one. Hello. There you go. It's 4, 5. This is... Yeah, there's 5 of you who've just joined tonight. There you go. Let me just check the... Is it working now? Java, you're not in my Discord. You're in my Discord, aren't you, Java? Yeah, it's nice and chilled. SMD, it's a good Discord. It's just nice and relaxed. We have a laugh and a joke. Nothing too serious. 1 second. You're already in it? I thought you was. But you can see me there. So my name on the Discord is actually Tallahassee. So in case you're wondering who Tallahassee is sat in the lobby just talking to himself, that's me. that's just me. So yeah, you'll see a couple of gaming chat bits. Yeah. You should be. We'll just check the link and see if you're in. Flatline for you. Yeah, I've just seen you in, bud. Yeah. Appreciate that. Thank you for joining. And if people could subscribe to the channel as well, that would be amazing. That would be even better. Because I'm trying to get to 1,100 subscribers. Last time I checked before the stream, we were on 1,080. That's how many we were before the stream started. So I don't know how many we're on now, but we'll have a little look in a minute. Let's do this last Stern Guard and we'll have a little look. Oh, you got a box of the Metal Marines. I'll tell you what, Sergio, you would like, which we need to do again, which I might do next week, actually. I've got a lot of old 1st edition, 2nd edition. Oh. Apple Trucks, thank you very much for subscribing. Really appreciate it. Say hello in chat, mate. Come and say hello. I won't buy it, promise. Pay it. You got to pay extra for that. But yeah, come and say hello. Nice group of everyone here. But yeah, I might do that again. I've got a load of old first edition, second edition, third edition stuff like that. Do you ever think we'll get multi-part suppressors? But you can only get, and I only realised this the other day when I was chatting to Grease Piece Painting, you can only get the suppressors in a box set, can't you? You can't get them separately anymore. So they're a bit of a weird one because the rules are not that great for them, and the models are very marmited. Oh wow, thank you very much. Oh, you're all amazing. Keep that subscribes coming. I do love the For the Empress shouting. Keep it coming. But yeah, the suppressors you can't get on their own, can you? Now it'd be nice for them to, because they do need to get rid of a lot of the push fit models. So things like the Outriders, they need multi-part Outriders. I hope they do, but Games Workshop seems to have this weird thing at the minute where they don't like flyers, especially like proper flyers, like what were they called? You know, the Storm Raven gunships and stuff like that. They don't really like them, so it's weird. It's weird at the minute. I was building Hormagaunts and just had you on in the back. Oh, I appreciate it. Nice one. Yeah, hit that subscribe button. You can do it more often. How can they manage to recoil of a gun? Yeah, that's actually interesting. Yeah, a massive big assault cannon. Whee! They must link it so as they fire a thrust out the back so it counteracts it, and the armor just takes it all. You've got some 3D printed suppressors, but don't tell GW. Meh. Yeah, it's the bits of parts that never get a chance to vary at least. I wish Intercessor would have at least have special weapons and heavier weapons. Well, in 11th edition SMD, apparently in the box set there's new Intercessors coming, but there's no more talk of Tactical Squad. They need to do the Tactical Squad again. That's the only problem they don't have. Because with your Tactical Squad, obviously you could take bolters, you could have one special weapon per 10, and you could have... sorry, was it one? It was either one special weapon per 10 and one heavy weapon. So you could have like a melter and a plasma gun, or you could have a multi-melter, grenade launcher, plasma cannon. No, you can have a plasma cannon, couldn't you? Las cannon, stuff like that. And it was the biggest selling box, the Tactical Squad, but idiots are not doing them. Right, what's the next darkest colour? Right, so now we're going to do Flayed One Flesh. Hey, Reese stuff, you alright? Reese is back. 100% rumour of Gravis with heavy bolters in 11th edition box. Yep. They might not be heavy bolters. They're more like a bolter cannon, what I've heard. So they're kind of different. But, I mean, as I keep saying all night, if it had gone out last night, I might have seen something I shouldn't have. But I never got the invite. Java Muck, if you see my work in progress in Discord, you can see my Primera stuff. Yeah, Java, go and have a little look. I'll have a little look after the stream. Choices sell boxes, true. What would I like to see in 11th edition? Do you mean just the 11th edition box set? Or what would I like 11th edition in its entirety? What would I like to see change? Because I've heard things, I've got ideas of things, and a few other bits and bobs. But if you're asking what I'd like to see in the 11th edition box, well, we were talking about that earlier. I think that's pretty much set in stone for Space Marines. So you're going to get a new captain, a new librarian, and a new ancient. You're going to get a chaplain. Well, this is the rumours, obviously. Until we see the box set, they're all rumours, as the big yellow man would say. So they're all lies until we see the box sets. Chaplain with a jump pack, captain, librarian, and ancient apparently going to be the 4 characters in the box. As well as you're going to get a new unit of intercessors that are going to have different marked helmet, armor, smaller firstborn guns and stuff like that. You're going to have the Vanguard Vets, which are going to be great. Now, all of these are obviously going to be push fit. None of these are going to be to glue fits or multi-parts or anything like that. They're all going to be push fits, kind of like this guy, because this was the captain from 9th edition, so it's just push fit. Also, there's going to be this Gravis unit. Now, the question is it going to be a 3-man Gravis squad like the Eradicators and the Aggressors, or is it going to be a 5-man to 10-man Gravis squad like Heavy Intercessors? That's the question we don't know. It would be interesting to find out. But yeah, that's what we need to find out. In terms of what would I like to see additional, on top of that during 11th, I'd like to see, because I'm a Dark Angel player, I'd like to see Ravenwing get some love. So maybe a new Samael. New bikes, either Outrider or Grav sort of style bikes for the Ravenwing. I'd like to see. What else would I like to see? I'd like them to get like a what's his name? The Grandmaster of Librarians, Ezekiel. I'd like to do an Ezekiel model, because Ezekiel, there's a little bit of trivia for everyone, if you didn't know. Ezekiel is the only model in 40k, or the only Space Marine model in 40k at the minute, which is metal. He's the only one who's still in metal. So I'd like to see a new Ezekiel. And that might be on the quiz, that one. I might put that on the quiz. So the quiz, if you want to know, we're doing a end of the month quiz and a giveaway, which will be on Saturday. So it'll be around about 8:30. So like at the minute we're 20 past 8 at the minute. So it'll be around about 8:30, 9 o'clock on Saturday when we do it. So come and join us for the quiz. You might win some prizes. I'd like to see... What else is there? I'd like them to do a few more characters on bikes. So maybe an Apothecary on a bike, Captain on a bike, like the bigger scale, like the Outriders or even the Grav bike. Because you've seen how good Sabodin Khan looks. So something like that would be epic. I'd like to see a Tech Marine on a bike. Even though that Tech Marine's great, I'd like to see another variant that you can do on him as well. So like a bike or something like that. I'd like to see a Tech Marine in Terminator armor. That'd be freaking cool, because that would make more sense than just in power armor. He's walking around on his own with Dreadnought in power armor. Should be in Terminator armor. Where was I? The only reason they did a 3-man thing was to make more money for... That's one of the reasons, but the other reason as well was Space Marine 2. Space Marine 2 was the other reason. Because the Space Marine 2 is a model, and games like that are years in development, they did it because you could only have a 3-man squad in Space Marine 2, so it's to kind of match in with that as well. But yeah, it is to make money. More money, you're right. If you can do a smaller squad, instead of a 5, you do a 3, and then more people buy them. It's like at the moment they've kind of messed over Death Guard players, because Plague Marines you get in boxes of 7, because that's how they was in the last edition. But now they're 5s and 10s. So if you want to take a 20-man squad, you got to get 3 boxes of them, and you got 1 left over. So yeah, Apothecary, Terminator, Tech Marine, Terminator bikes. Yep. New bikes, if you want. New edition coming out in June, and boxes. Yeah. No way. Yeah, got an Airsoft section. Yeah. Oh, you an Airsoft player? Oh, yeah. Got an Airsoft. This used to be an Airsoft channel. Many years ago. Well, I say many years ago. It was an Airsoft channel up until about 12 months ago, 13 months ago. Oh, yeah. It's like... I used to marshal at a place as well. So yeah. Tech Marine in Terminator armor would be amazing. Which would make sense now you got the Warsmiths. Because the Warsmiths are kind of like big ass Tech Marines, aren't they? I'd like to see what else would I like to see? This is obviously just for Space Marines at the minute. We'll do Space Marines, then we'll move on to Imperial. Then we'll move on to Xenos and Chaos. But yeah, Space Marines, I'd like to see more things on bikes with more variety. Because obviously you got the Chaplain on the bike. I'd like to see Apothecary, Tech Marine, Captain, even a Lieutenant. I'd like to see a Gravis Lieutenant and a Gravis Chaplain. Maybe even a Gravis Tech Marine. But I'd like to see a bit more Gravis stuff, because Gravis, the rumour was Gravis was meant to replace Terminator Armour. But yeah, it never obviously went that way, because everyone's like, no, we want Terminators. Terminators are better. And there was chat going round that they may be getting rid of Gravis, because obviously they moved Calgar back to Terminator Armour, and he was in that. Also, as well, people heard my theory about Space Marine 3 and Titus and Calgar. Space Marine 3, Calgar will be killed off in Space Marine 3, and Titus will become the new chapter master of the Ultramarines. That is my theory. So what else would I like to see in Space Marine wise? I'd like them to do Land Speed of Vengeance. I'd like them to redo Flyers. I think they've gone off Flyers for some reason and they don't like Flyers, but I'd love more Flyers. I'd like them to... Oh, Wilson Family Jewelry, thank you so much for subscribing. Appreciate it. Thank you. Been a lot of bloody new subs tonight. I love you all. You're all amazing. I'd like Flyers. I'd like them to redo Speeders. I know they're redoing. Rhino chassis, Land Raider chassis. They're all getting changed. And going on to the Imperium in its largeness, or that made no fucking sense, but you know what I mean. Going on to the Imperium side of things, there is a plastic Warhound coming. That's right. You don't have to worry about spending a lot of money on resin one and being scared to put it together, because there is a plastic one coming. Now, I think it will be this Christmas coming, or the one after its model. That's when it will be announced. It'll be a Christmas edition. I need to kit bash my combo lieutenant at some point using lieutenant kit to add extra sword, put in a combo gun and bat. Yeah. No, definitely. That model is such a cool model. I need to do it for mine because it's just an easy model to paint. Just have it in your army. How do I kit bash? Kit bash is easy. So kit bash is pretty much... So that's a kit bash. So kit bash can be as simple as a different helmet. So, sorry, Rebecca Hodge, I missed your question, so I do apologise. So a kit bash is simply just changing something. So that helmet does not come in the Stern Guard box, and I've put it on. That is a kit bash. So what I've done there is I've changed the helmet, but also put a different backpack on it. So that backpack is from the Inner Circle Companions. That is a bit bigger kit bash again. So that's got a Mark 6 helmet, with a Mark 6 shoulder pad, with a Mark 6 backpack, which have all come from the Adeptus Astartes box, the Horus Heresy box. That is a kit bash. That they are the lightning claws that should come on the kit, and they're the lightning claws that I got in a different box, and I've put them. So a kit bash is basically taking pieces from a different box and putting them on that unit. That's it. Yeah, kit bash is having fun. Tech Marine in Terminator Armour makes sense. Do repairs. Yeah, do repairs to Rhinos, Dreadnoughts, anything. Yeah. Calgar has lived long enough, yeah. Bring back the Siphon. Yeah. Would like to see a rule set with terrain for Dawn of War style game. That would be pretty cool, Wilson family. That would be pretty cool, actually, yeah. They do like a Dawn of War sort of style one. That would be very cool. Lots of caught, putty, scraping for base. Yeah, so it depends on what you want to kit bash. So you can kit bash the individual model themselves, or you could do a kit bash of the base. So you can kit bash the base. So you could get... Cork's a good one when you want to do a multi... Little confused on, am I able to put 2 chapters into one army? Yes and no. Yes, if you're just doing your own little... hang on, where are we up to? Have I done that one? Can't remember where we're up to now. I'll just start with it. Yes and no. So, no if you want to play the game. Yes if you want to paint them that way. So, yeah, absolutely. Ah, cheers, SMD. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you for the lovely super sticker. So yes, you can do it. and put them into the same army if you wanted to. Now, you can play a game where you could do 2 lots of 1,000 points and do it that way. But you can't do 2 armies and play them in one game unless it's specified in the rules that you're taking 2 separate armies, 2 1,000-point armies. But pretty much, if you wanted to paint them as 2 separate armies, so let's say you wanted to do Dark Angels and Blood Angels, yeah, they're your models. You can paint them however you want. The only thing that I wouldn't do is if you decide to use them in the future for this, I wouldn't do like let's say you buy a squad of Stern Guard like this and do like 2 of them in Dark Angel colour and 3 of them in Blood Angel colour. I'd do the whole squad in one colour or one army, because then if you decided in the future you wanted to split them and use them as 2 separate armies, you can do. Thoughts on 3D resin proxies? Fine, do them. Saving you some money. Yeah, I got no problem at all with that. I think the only place that has a problem is Games Workshop, but if it's saving you some money, the only thing you don't want to do is have everybody doing it, because the minute everybody does it, the hobby dies. That's the only thing that you don't want. You don't want everyone doing it because the hobby dies. So you do still want to buy some stuff from Games Workshop because you want the hobby to keep going. So that's the only thing to be careful when proxy and everything. Yeah, do a homebrew, absolutely. Hope 10th edition they do Allies better. Yeah, that would be quite nice. That would be quite cool, because the biggest... It's like the... what are they called? Imperial Agents. The Imperial Agents was just an absolute bag of shite. So they decided to just throw everything that they were changing into a box. So they threw all the Grey Knights into a box, which are getting a new models and upscale models this edition. They threw the Death Watch, which got new models. They threw Sisters of Battle, to get new models. So the only things that weren't getting new models was all like the captains and stuff. So they threw yeah, it was just horrible. So allies could be doing better. Things like, it'd be great for Space Marines to take more options on, like, say, a couple of units of Imperial Guard. A unit of Imperial Guard and an assassin, for example, and stuff like that. That would be so much better. You're doing Black Templars and putting my Terminators like my internship squad from the start. Yeah, you can do that. So you can. The good thing with all the models, you don't have to paint them the box art colour. So, for example, these Stern Guard, or some of these Stern Guard, they're from the Leviathan box set, which was the starter set. And obviously the Leviathan box set, they're all painted as Ultramarines. But any of the boxes, you can paint them any colour that you want. The only thing you just got to check first is to make sure that army supports them. So, like, for example, Deathwing Knights. Deathwing Knights are probably the coolest, nicest looking knights out there. But you can only take them if you're either Dark Angels or using Dark Angel rules and doing like a second founding unit, army, things like that. Like, I can't take in this unit, I can't take the Terminators that come for the Space Wolves, or the Grey Knight Terminators, or I can't take Sword Brethren, can't get my words out, for the Black Templars. I can't take Sanguinary Guard and stuff like that. So you got to just check to make sure. So there's certain units that you can only take with that particular model, and normally they're painted that colour. So like Deathwing Knights will be painted as Deathwing Knights, Sanguinary Guard will be painted with Sanguinary Guard. Anything with Ultramarines on the box, 99% of the time you can take in any army. You just have to double check they're not an Ultramarine specific army. So like Titus, all the new stuff that's come out around him, Victrix Honor Guard, Marnius Calgat, you can only take them in an Ultramarine army, not in, like, say, a Deathwing army or a Black Templars army or something like that. Thoughts on using older edition models that aren't 10th edition to play 10th edition? Yeah, do it. First edition models, proxy models, I'm all for it. This is an expensive hobby. So I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, no, you can't use that. Oh, no, don't use that. Absolutely not. It's an expensive bloody hobby. Just do it. Yeah, use proxy. As long as you tell the person you're playing against what that model weapons are before the game, that's the only time I have an issue is when someone's using, say they're using this lieutenant who's got a Volkite weapon and a shield and a sword, and then go, oh, actually, he's got a flamer. But you didn't tell me that at the beginning of the game. You told me he had a Volkite. Oh, yeah, but I got it wrong. No, that I don't like. But yeah, you can proxy anything. So you could turn around and go, right, this guy doesn't have a shield. He's got a bolt gun and a power weapon. As long as I know that before the game, that's fine. Because knowing that he's got a Volkite, I might not want to take some of my heavier units to it because I know Volkite will chew through them. Where if I know he's got a bolter, I'll send me big units near him and stuff like that. So that's where it affects the rules in a big way. Hello. 100% use resin parts. Only 2 things: upgraded parts for Space Marines, helmets, heads, and yeah. That's what I do. So that's a resin head. That's a resin backpack and resin head. So yeah. Use resin all the time. And pauldrons, yeah, you can do for pauldrons as well. Or allies 25% of the points cost like all. Yep. Hey Kirby, I'm with you on that one. Should be good on that. Yeah. Google's a good one to look at, but what I would probably say at the minute, Rebecca, is hang fire on the rules. Only because 11th edition is coming in June or July. So the rules are likely to change. So I don't want you to go out spending money and changing and doing things now when the rules are about to change. So unless you're going to be playing some 10th edition games for in the next sort of 5-6 months, I would hang fire a little bit. I would hang fire a little bit on that. So no name characters that are... Yeah, don't go for named characters. If they're a named character, they will be specific to a certain rule. So like Calgar can only be Ultramarines, the Lion can only be, or Lionel Johnson can only be Dark Angels, Hellbrick can only be Templars, Logan Grimnar can only be Space Wolf, stuff like that. Are there any older edition, not 10th edition, you would like them to see? Oh, yes. Deathwing Strike Master, proper Baal Dreadnought, I'd like to see him, Brat. Librarian in a Dreadnought, Captain and Apothecaries on bikes, Tech Marine in Terminator armor. Yeah, there's loads. There's absolutely loads. I'd like them to bring back what they started doing, which is like the the big tanks that they've got, like the Fellblade, the Scarron, all the ones that they had for Horus Heresy that they brought in for about a week before they then put them to Legends after everyone had bought them. I'd like them to do them in 11th edition as well. The whole Legends thing is generally nonsense, especially when the law says it's not. Yeah, SMD, I'm with you. Absolutely. Proxy, write it down to... Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Kirby. Proxy, if you're proxying something, you write down what it is before the game. If you're proxying something, have an army list. Have an army list, whether it be on the app, wrote down, and go, right, this model it actually has this, but the model is showing it has this. That's the difference. How do you know if it's 11th edition? So, at the minute, we're in 10th edition. So, the current models that you can buy are all lore accurate for the current edition. So, Leviathan, which is the current rules, is what they call 10th edition rules. So the 11th edition, when that comes out, they're all going to be called Armageddon. Now, that's not in too much to worry about, but what they will do is some of the models that you can currently buy, when that army has a refresh, so if you're doing Space Marines, for example, it'll happen quite quick. Some of the models will disappear off the shelves and go what they call to Legends. So you can still play them, but you have to play a Legends game to do it. But you can still paint them and have them on your... on shelves, and if you're doing that side of things. It's more if you're playing them in a game situation. Now, a lot of people do play Legends games. So, for example, a Deathwing Strike Master. So a Deathwing Strike Master was basically a Deathwing captain that could lead Deathwatch, and he was a Terminator captain. That they went to Legends this edition, And what that basically meant was my model, who's a Deathwing Strike Master, I can't use in the current 10th edition rulebook, but I could use him in a Legends game. But anything that you can buy now is valid for 10th edition. And normally, if the models have been out for up to circa 20 years or something, they're fine to use. But if you're ever in doubt, ask at the hobby place where you're going. So go into your local Warhammer shop and just ask them. So if you're worried that something is about to change, they'll tell you how long it's been around and give their opinion. The Bjorn model is a really good model. The only thing I find funny about it, he looks like he's falling forward and he's grabbing on. So if you look at his hand and you look at him at the wrong angle, he looks like he's tripping forward and he's grabbing the wolf next to him to stabilise himself. That's the only thing I think funny about Bjorn's model. No, that's not Bjorn, is it? Bjorn Felland. It's the Dreadnought. But a big Bjorn. Sorry, I'm thinking of Logan Grimm there, I'm thinking of, sorry. Yeah, a Bjorn Redemptor size one. Oh my word, that would look amazing. A Redemptor size Bjorn would be with a Baal Dreadnought, because apparently there is talk of a Flamer style, some Flamer Melter style Dreadnought coming this edition as well. Your router just blew up. Jesus. Everything all right? Right, we're going on to the next model now, or next colour. So we just done Flayed One Flesh. We're now going on to Ushapti Bone and Screaming Skull. So the Ushapti Bone now is just for little highlights. So we're not going to be doing as much. And then Ushapti Bone is just for like little edging and stuff like that. So this is Ushapti Bone. So same sort of thing again. Yeah, don't trust Virgin Media. I've been with Virgin Media for about 20 odd years. Yeah, Baal Dread, Baal Pred. That's what they need to bring back. Baal Dreadnought, Baal Predator. But going on to the, like we said before, sorry, I went off on a tangent then. So going back to models that I'd like to see appear in 11th edition that are not Space Marines but now are Imperium. Okay. I'd like to see, because obviously all the Custodies are getting a new wave of stuff. I'd like to see the Warhound Titan in plastic, which apparently is coming. What land raider would you recommend for Dark Angels? I would recommend waiting. If you desperately want one, I as Grease P says there, and he's got one, I have a Redeemer. So Crusader are good for the bolters for low infantry. The Redeemer's got the flamers, so if anyone tries charging in, it's just going to, you overwatch them. The Redeemer for me, 100%. But the Land Raider is getting a bigger chassis. So they are next edition changing that. More Krieg. Yeah. You know what? I think they need to do another, because they've just done the Krieg and give them all. So they get a couple more units. But I'd like to see like Catachans, because Catachans were big when I worked for them. So some Catachans. I'd like to see another, like Praetorians, Vostrians. I'd like to see another unit rather than Cadians. I don't think they'll do Steel Legion, because Steel Legion look too close to Krieg. But Steel Legion would make sense because they're going back to Armageddon in the next edition. So Steel Legion is actually the unit that makes more sense out of a lot of them. So, but I don't think they'll do Steel Legion because they just look like Krieg because they've got gas masks on, haven't they? So I'd like them to do another Imperial Guard unit. I'm hanging fire and waiting on the Custody stuff. As soon as I saw all the plastic Contemptor dreads in the different chassis, the one with the Gladius, words to that effect. It's like Gladius and Achilles, but it's not. I was so excited to get them, and then I thought, well, hang on a minute. They did this with a lot of the Space Marines chassis of like the tanks and stuff, and then he went to Legends. So I'm waiting till 11th edition before I buy any of the Custody stuff. I'd like him to do a proper job on Agents of the Imperium. Give him the bigger Death Watch. Give him the bigger Grey Knights. And give him a proper army rule. They haven't got a bloody army rule yet. Your messages are disappearing. Oh, look at that. That's a very nice one, Java. It's very nice. Put that on the 40k board. Where was we then? I've done that one. Don't like the Astra Militarum stuff. Pulled into one. Yeah, that would be interesting. Going on to that as well, do you think they're going to get rid of demons? I think demons are going as well. Because demons don't have a rule, but demons are doing dead well. Because it's like they had two of them. They had the Imperial Agents, which they don't have an army rule but have done shite. But then the demons don't have an army rule and they're doing amazing in the competitions and the tournaments and stuff. Yeah, they had the... SMD, that's so true. Skinny custodians. Been on the Manjaro. I could do with going on that, fuck's sake. I can see your messages, mate. Yeah, Java, this was that was happening to me when I was chatting to Michael the other night, where it pops up for me, but it pops up for me the streamer, but it didn't pop up for him. No, hang on, that's pops up for me for streamer, but I couldn't see my message. I was showing it to Chaos. You didn't believe me, but I can see your messages. Yeah, type something now and see what it says. Think there'll be effectively edition units for CSM. Yeah, I mean, CSM didn't really get anything this edition. They got a few bits. They got Nemesis Claw. They got Jump Lord on Foot Lord. Yeah, something now. I can see it, mate. Yeah. They got Nemesis Claw. Obviously, we're not talking about Fulgrim and his boys. We're just talking about purely Chaos Space Marines. So they got Nemesis Claw. They got the new Raptor that's only just come out now. They got Jump Lord, Foot Lord. What else did CSM get this year then? That's it, isn't it? I can't remember them getting anything else off the top of my head. What else did they get? What else did they get? Chaos, can you think of anything else that they got this year? Because Curon and his boys are not really Chaos Space Marines. They're a separate legion altogether. Yeah, I'd love some of the... I would love some of the Legend stuff to come back. You can take a Fellblade. Oh, I've got a Fellblade as well. We built him on stream. Imagine turning up, because I'm going. If anyone's interested as well, if you end up going or anything, on the, so it's my birthday on the 13th and 14th of March, which would no, it's not. It's on the 13th of March. I don't have two birthdays. It's my birthday on the 13th of March, and on the 13th we're going to have something to eat, and the 14th we're going Element Games. So if you're in the UK and you want to come to Element Games on the 14th of March, you're more than welcome. But I am going to Warhammer World on the 21st of March, the week later. So if... oh, shit, what did I just do? It's that 1 minute. So I am going to Warhammer World on the 21st. 21st of March. So if you're there, pop over and say hello. Maybe those. Yeah, there are proper competitions that do just Legend models. It's just Warhammer in the tournaments they want. My missus plays Chaos. Her Demon Prince is a pain. Well, Chaos Gamer you see in chat. That's my ex-missus, who's got a shitload of stuff, and she's got pretty much every freaking army under the sun. She hasn't obviously got Red Corsairs yet, but yeah, she's pretty much got everything. What are you saying happy birthday again for? It's not my birthday till next week, Java. Knock it off. Bring back Fellblade, yeah. Bring back the Medusa, the Basilisk. Yeah, they'd be nice. The what's that big transport called? The Mastodon. The Mastodon would be nice for him to take. Is it Scarin? Scarin? I can't remember what that's called. The other big tanks. There'd be loads of them to take, yeah. Manethorps. Ooh, got me on that one. I don't know what that one is. You just come back from Warhammer World? Yeah, I'll be there. It's not my birthday yet, Michael. It's birthday next week. No, it's not. Next month. 3 weeks yet. It's a Karen, that's it. Scarin. Whatever. I don't know. But that'll be a good one to have as well. You notice I'm only doing a light brushing over these. Only doing a light brushing. Michael. You owe me a membership for that. I'm kidding. But yeah. Yours is before mine. What day chose again? Chose the 10th. Something like that. Or is that Slaith's? No, Slaith's the 17th, isn't it? Because mine, yours, and Slaith's are all March. Maybe, maybe not. Yes, yours is the 10th then. You're gonna say happy birthday every time. Now you're gotta get me a birthday present then. You want to get me something? Exclamation mark Wayland. No, one of the things we are doing, the reason why I'm saying things like, you know, become a member or whatnot, is because most of the money in this channel that I do, because I have a job outside of this, most of the money for this channel goes on you guys. So, like, there you go, Mankini. So, like, when we do the quiz, so the quiz cost me more than what I earned from YouTube to put together in terms of buying the stuff, posting it, and whatnot. So I do try and put all the money that we get. So the more money that you can put into the channel in terms of gifted members, super chats and stuff like that, the more giveaways I can do. And the big, massive giveaway we're doing for next Christmas, or I'm doing for next Christmas, is the exclamation mark Wayland. So if you buy any of your Warhammer bits via my affiliate link for Wayland Games, Wayland's one of the biggest ones, if not the biggest in England, and they do post to Europe as well, I get a kickback for anyone who uses my link. So if you use my affiliate link, I'll get a kickback for it. What we're going to do is, with that money from the kickback at the end of the year, however much we've got in the kitty, I'm just going to buy something for a winner. So we'll do like a marble race or something like that. So let's say there's enough to get a model. We'll get a model. If there's enough for like a unit of Marines or something like that, like a box, we'll do it for that. If there's enough money to buy a combat patrol, we'll do that. If there's enough money in there for, you know, a whole army, then we'll do that. Because what I'm hoping is, when 11th edition comes out and the Armageddon box set comes out, everyone buys it through my link from Wayland Games, because Wayland Games will do it one of the cheapest in the country. Because if you remember when Horus Heresy Saturnine box set came out, that Saturnine box set was, what, 190 quid in Warhammer and most places. Wayland Games was selling it off for like 120 quid. 120 quid. And someone in chat won the giveaway that month and got that box set. I don't know who, but they definitely did. Right, that's you Shapley Bone. Now we're on to Screaming Skull. So Screaming Skull is going to be a very light little bit. I'm going to use a proper brush for this. 'Twas you! 'Twas. So if everyone buys the box set from Wayland Games through my affiliate link, because it's... I'll get a 5% kickback on it, and I'm saving all the money in that account for a year, and then we'll draw it all out, and we'll do a marble race, and whoever wins it, whatever the money in that kitty is, you'll get models and stuff like that for that value. Cannot say fairer than that, can we? Ooh. Paint station or Citadel paints? I tend to use Citadel paints. But yeah, but if they've got the money for the giveaways for some Citadel paints, we'll do that. Whoever wins, they'll get whatever they want. But it takes you guys to buy through the affiliate link for it to work. So I'm just literally doing a couple of bits of edge highlighting, not a lot. Just in some of the prominent ridges that stand out. And this one now is the final colour, which is Screaming Skull. I'm doing it like on his knuckles. Doing it on... I should be wearing my readers for this. Don't these thumb knuckle... Thumb knuckles. These bits as well tend to be a good one to do it on. Round here. Normally do it. There's some... Like I have the light source from like above or something like that. But what do you guys that not Space Marine base, but what do you guys want to see in 11th edition that's not Space Marines? You know, it might be Orc players. You know, it could be you may be Orc players, you may be Eldar, Necrons. What do you want to see? What do you want to see changed? Let me know. And that'll do for him. That's it. Just little bits like that. That's all I'm doing. So that is pretty much my bone armor done. So that is my bone armor. I've just noticed a big bit that I've missed, which is on the inside of his leg. But I'm not bothered by that little bit there that I've missed, because when I do him walking, that'll be covered in grey, because I have a set way I do all my bases, which is like a ash. A Malanthrope. Ooh, what's that? Is that a tank? Let's have a little look at that one. 40k. Oh, yeah, it's a thingy, isn't it? Tyranids. Ooh. Yeah, Nids, yeah. I'll look at the images. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, they would be cool. Yeah. It's kind of a... Yeah. That would be nice, actually. Yeah, that would be nice for Tyranids. Anything else? What are you thinking? But there's been a lot of you here tonight. 400 people so far. It's one of the biggest night I've ever had. Thank you so much, everyone. Hope everyone's hit that subscribe button. It would massively help me out. And just the amount of chat that's been going through is absolutely fantastic. What time are we on? 2.5 hours. God, I don't seem like 2.5 hours. Seems like 10 minutes. We're all having fun. 390 bots, yeah. Now, Slave's been getting all the bots at the moment. So yeah, if you could help out as well, I'm part of like a larger community, and we all help each other out. See you tomorrow, mate. So we've got Grease Piece. Just before you go, put your YouTube channel in there. Not your YouTube, your Instagram. Yes, please, as Kirby says, hit that like, please. Please, please, please. That would be amazing. Yeah, if you could do, if someone could just put in !Michael. Oh, no, it's not. It's !Legend, sorry. !The Legend. !Mike. !Mark Slaith. And !Chaos as well. That would be awesome. All part of the same community. Gaming. Some model painting. Not a great deal. That's mainly from Slave. But yeah, there you go. Go and subscribe to these guys as well. It'd be pretty awesome if you could. Tell them Tallahassee sent you. Or Dark Pack Gaming sent you. Yeah, that's pretty much how I do my Deathwing armor. It's pretty much how I do my Deathwing armor. Just get it on the top bits. Where the sun hits it. And then once this is done, then we start doing other bits. So I'll do like tabards on some of them. Do the Aquillas. That would be quite cool, actually, on that big Bio Titan. That would be very, very cool. Getting that big guy on the... Oh, that's the flying one, isn't it? Sorry. That's the flying one. Yeah. Some of the... I'd like a lot of the Forge World stuff to come to plastic. And you can use it. But I take it you like your Tyranids then. Wilson Family Jewelry. Guess you're a big fan of that. Big fan of your Tyranids. I do like a Tyranid. I was contemplating doing Tyranids as an army, but I ended up giving a lot of it to Greasepiece. You know, my stuff in the Leviathan. Well, I give it all to Greasepiece. All the Leviathan stuff. So I think I'm going to do Necrons. Or as someone once said, I'm going Necrons next. Right, so... There we go. Yeah, so this is how I do my armour. A few different colours. Different lights. Depending on where the light's coming from. Normally I do it with my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing, but... Oh well, it is what it is. So is anyone else painting tonight? Anyone else having a good old bit of a painting sesh? Listening to me ramble on about crap? Just started. This will be your first. Oh, nice. I haven't played in 15 years. Never managed to make an army as it's too expensive. Went to yeah, I'm with you. It is an expensive hobby. And that's why I always tell people to buy from third-party companies. Whereabouts are you based? What country? Are you UK based? Are you America? Whereabouts are you based? You're doing bugger all, Java, just as usual, eh? Isn't that just your normal night? I messaged Potato before, actually, seeing if he fancied a game of Magic later during the stream, like, you know, for just give me 5 minutes away, give me head a break, but must be busy tonight. I am mean, mate. I am. Especially to people I like. I'm only mean to people I like. If I like you, I'm mean. If I don't like you, I just don't talk to you. I should really water this down. Use me. Because it's going to take a while. It's going to dry out. One sec. Let me bring in the wet palette. I'm only going to ruin it if I don't. I'll ruin my screaming skull. There you go. Yeah, see, it's already started to fucking dry out. Idiot. What do you want to see in next edition, Java? What would you like to see? Or you, Chaos, what would you like to see? I would ask Michael, but he'd just go, because he doesn't do Warhammer, he just supports me. Pardon. Yeah, wet palettes are ace. That's what I have here. Yeah, wet palettes is the best palette to go for. You're not because it's keeping your paints wetter for longer, and you're not having to contend with dry paints. There we go. maybe his knuckles. It's the only pain with not gluing them down, but I like to not glue some models down straight away. Just blue tack them down because it's easier. Whereas the Stern Guard, oh yes, Chaos Dart Mech. That would be cool. Well, next edition. So this edition, how many new armies came in? So there was Imperial Agents, kind of, and Emperor's Children, wasn't it? They were... Yeah, absolutely. Enjoy the hobby. Enjoy it, enjoy it, enjoy it. Emperor's Children were the big one. Imperial Agents, kind of. Because they did have a codex in the previous one, so they kind of did it. She does enjoy a bit of Dark Eldar, she does. She just doesn't admit it to everyone. She'll only admit it to Slave when she's on his channel. When they're alone. They think they're alone now. Don't know why I'm doing it on that. I'm going to be painting that gold later. Say later, another edition. So there we go. So this Screaming Skull is purely just topping the highlight. Noob question. No such thing, but please ask anything you want. There's no such thing as a noob question. Because any question, if you don't know the answer, is a question you don't know the answer to. Are older models unplayable in 11 since I already got a Land Raider? As SMD said, they're only in tournaments. So you can proxy anything. So it's only tournaments where you'll have a problem. So just a friendly little game, going down your local hobby store or something like that. That's it. Yeah. But yeah, if you're just playing against like friends and stuff, you're fine. You may get the odd arsehole who go, oh, it's not the proper size, the base size isn't. Just do one. No worries. Most of the time, you could just take a base with the name wrote on it and just use that. It's an expensive hobby, so when you're playing with your mates and stuff, it's like an unwritten rule that you can just kind of do what you want when you want and stuff. It's kind of like, I don't have this particular model, but I'm going to use this as a proxy. So I don't have the new Jump Assault. Sorry, I don't have the Chaplain with Jump Pack. So this is like obviously next edition. So I'm just going to use a Captain with a Jump Pack, but as long as I tell you up front, it's fine. Or I've got the old one. The old Blood Angel one, and I'm proxying that as it. So yeah, it's fine. Don't worry. Just enjoy yourself. Absolutely. Anything you'd like to see removed for 11th? Ooh, yes. Victrix Honor Guard. Get rid of them. What I'd like to see removed? I wouldn't say removed. I'd like to see things changed. I think some models now, even more recent ones, I think a bit shite. I wouldn't say removed, but I'd like to see them given a different model. Yeah. I think in terms of models, no, but in terms of rules, yes. I'd like to see some, like, the terrain rule I think is stupid. So I've got a piece of terrain here that comes up to my waist. I've got a model stood there, and I've got a model stood there, right? Or an army there, an army there. But there's a ruin in the way, but it only comes up to my waist, but we can't shoot each other. So stuff like that, I'd like to see them change. The pivot rule they need to get rid of. I'd like them to get rid of the fact it's not. I'd like them to do two rule sets. I'd like them to do a tournament rule set, and I'd like them to do a casual rule set. I don't like the fact that the tournament players dictate what's going on. If you know what I mean, like what models are good, what one, because obviously, and I've other people have used this analogy before, and I agree with it wholeheartedly. So you've saved up your money because they've just launched a new, I don't know, the new Land Raider comes out. Okay, the new Land Raider comes out. You've just saved up probably £100 to go and buy it. You go and buy it because that's what you want as a centerpiece for your army. The rules are pretty good for it as well. Some meta chasing arsehole from tournaments has gone out and bought 3 of them and has just absolutely annihilated everyone and won a tournament. All of a sudden the points cost go up and your £100 model is not really that viable for playing in your game anymore with your friends. And it's just sat there gathering dust on a shelf. So I'd rather them do 2 lists. One for tournament-based players and one of them for casuals. That's what I'd like to see them do. No, if it's a ruin, you can't shoot through it no matter what side it is. So if the ruin's there and you've got one unit there, one unit there, regardless of the height of it, if it's classed as a ruin, you can't. If you stood inside the ruin, yes, you can shoot into it and out of it, but you can't shoot the other side of it. Yeah, tournament play is a massive problem, especially if you just want to do a casual game, because I don't play. So like when we go Warhammer World, when I play on my birthday against Grease Peas, we're not going to play the full edition rules, as in going after objectives and stuff like that. We're literally just going to have a dice off and have two armies just fighting each other, which is the way I want to do it. That's the way I like it. So a lot of the rules that the models have is kind of, yeah. Flamer templates would be good, yeah. Blast templates would be good as well, because like I'm surprised Blast templates didn't come back when they brought the pivot rule back, because of the amount of meta chasing tournament players who go, well, I reckon that's 5 points something outside of where the grenade would be, blah, 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 blah. And just the amount of arguments. I'm surprised they didn't bring Blast templates back. I reckon they will bring them back this edition, the 11th, mainly because of all the tournament people. It's any little loophole that they can find, they'll exploit it. And that's the problem. Cheating bastards. But yeah, there's a few rules I'd like to see him get rid of. And as someone said earlier in chat, I'd like to... the rerolls I don't mind, because I don't mind that. But I think some of the rules they could get rid of, so like built-in rerolls for absolutely no reason, yes, get rid of that. But things like Overwatch, I quite like, and the rerolls for... See, they have to do something like that for rerolls for tournament-based players, because other factions have different rules. Like Sisters of Silence get them fate dice, don't they? And Eldar get dice for different things that you can just go, right, I'll have that in that. So they need rerolls for certain armies to combat their special rules. So I kind of get it. I kind of get the reroll bit, but yeah, they need to bin off a lot of the rules that were brought in like for tournament players. They need to go. And they need a more casual one just for us casuals. Because I'll never play a tournament. I might enter a tournament at some point for a joke and have a laugh and a joke doing it and not take it too seriously. But I won't play a proper tournament. Not a chance. A, the smell would be bad, and B, yeah. Is Warhammer World in Nottingham? Yes, it is. Yeah, Warhammer World in Nottingham. So I'm going to be there on the 20th. Is it Saturday the 21st of March? That's when I'll be there. So if anyone's there wants to pop over, say hello, please do. Be nice. That's that one done. Yeah, wear a gas mask. I was actually pleasantly surprised when Valrat kept going on about it, about Valfest, like people smelling and stuff like that. It wasn't too bad. You do get them occasionally. I remember when we went to the Cancel Valfest of last year, when there was me, Chaos, Filthy, and Filthy's missus were the only ones who turned up because Filthy had already booked tickets and stuff like that. We just went for a nice night out, and when I popped my head into the gaming room, it was like, oh yes. There's not a single piece of deodorant anywhere in this. That's what maybe the prize winning should be, like deodorant. I want to play a simple game. Shoot, hit, yeah. Yeah, I think they got it a bit... I agree with you there, Wilson family. I agree with a lot of that. I think one of the things that was new when I came back, because I used to work from many, many years ago, and that was the time when I played it, so that would have been 3rd edition. So obviously all the rules have changed and whatnot. So for me, the biggest, most vital thing you had was invulnerable throws. But then they brought in devastating wounds. Then they brought in a feel no pain. It's like, what's next? Are you going to bring like ultimate wounds and, you know, I am the champion saving throws and shit like that? It's like, I reckon get rid of devastating wounds and get rid of feel no pains. They're 2 things I'd get rid of. Yeah, Firestorm's quite wide open. Yeah, that's probably the reason why that was all right. But I think get rid of feel no pains, get rid of dev wounds, because that will speed things up as well. Yeah, Nurgle followers. Yeah, all the Nurglites are playing today. Oh, who's the American guy who I see every now and again on like social media? He does like Magic the Gathering, and I'd have to have a look what he's called. He does a few things, and you see all these people turning up and coming into like the local store and this thing, and you're like, "Fucking, have you had a bath?" And they go, "I am pheromone harvesting or some bollocks like that." I mean, yeah, you haven't had a fucking bath, you mean, you dirty cunt. Excuse my French, shouldn't have sworn then. I want to see more Apocalypse. Yes. I hate this objective thing. So you bring your elite troops, you spend a load of points to get them. A, you buy them. B, you get them, spend a lot of money painting them, time and effort and stuff like that. You put them on the table, you spent a lot of your points on them, but yet they're sat in the corner doing a secondary rule. You're like, what? No, that is just not what it would be like. They should come up with a rule set for Apocalypse game, Last Man Standing, stuff where it's actually 2 armies fighting each other. Now, I get 40k is more of a skirmish game rather than an actual battle game, a proper battle. Because they were like, that was epic. Epic was like the big scale battles, but still, why would you run off and get an objective? Now, they should bring out, if you're going to do objectives, like, you've got to take and hold an area. So, there's a ammo cache that you need to secure for, or a supply drop or something that you need to secure ready for your Thunderhawk to come in and take it and pick it up, because it's vital for your tithe or something like that for the Imperium. I get that. That's what it should be. So you need to take and hold that area, and you could get attacked. And you could then link on that you've got to send a unit to send like what is it, like an like an extraction signal, and come and pick us up and stuff like that. That I could do. That I could deal with, because that's more narrative and makes more sense to me. But like, for no reason, you got to investigate signals during the middle of a fucking war. Excuse me, I've got my enemy over there, but you want me to go over there and investigate a signal? Fuck, that's stupid. Makes no sense. Sorry, I'm going off on a rant now. They're all starting to come along now and get my bony armour on them. But the other one could be like a fortress. And that's where you could bring them fortification rules back into it. So the fort becomes part of your army, part of your 2,000, 3,000 points, where you've got to jump in and you've got to take out this unit. Sorry, you got to take out this fortress because there is a certain weapon on the top that will take out some of your ships in orbit, and you've got to jump in and wipe them out and stop them from blasting apart the fleet that's on the way. You're like in the advanced scouting party of it. You know, stuff like that. They could, if they wanted to, make it like really, really thematic and clever that way, but I just don't get this going after this and this and this and investigate signals and I don't get it. I don't get it. I came to the edition of 5th edition, left, now it's 10th edition, Call of Duty. Yeah, pretty much. Kill confirmed, Team Deathmatch. Some of them would work. Team Deathmatch, obviously. Capture the flag, similar. You'd have to do like capture a area and hold it for so many turns whilst you're waiting for reinforcements to arrive. So there's all sorts of stuff that you could do regarding that. Right, that's him done. So we're almost there for me full on. Did I do him before? Must have done him. Oh, I'm getting tired now. I think I'm going to call an end to the stream after the last 3 models. Won't get my head down. I'm hungry as well. I've not had any tea. I quite fancy doing a bit of a painting stream tonight because I realised I had a shed load of models that I still needed to get done. Because I'd like, ideally, to have a big army done and painted for when I go Warhammer World. But, obviously, if you know and you've been here before, I've got certain things that I'm painting on certain nights. So, like Tuesday night, for example. Tuesday night? Yeah. Tuesday night we're painting Horus Ascended, the big resin model. So we've done three episodes of that so far, or 3 live streams of that so far. I got me night, which is nearly done. That I'm kind of like just going to wait and show that off when it's done because it's that big and bulky. I think I've got one more painting session on stream that I could do before then I'll start gluing it all together, and that I'd rather have my concentration and do that like on my own and stuff. And then once it's fully done, I'll show everyone because I'm going to magnetize some of the base and whatnot. But I need to figure out what I'm doing on that before I actually do it. Like show it off on stream and whatnot. What else am I painting? So we've got Horus. Got some Custodes we could go back to painting again. Got Fabius Bile that I could do. Would anybody be interested in watching me try and paint Fabius Bile? Or are we all... we're not heretics in here. We're all loyalists. Nearly done. Last one. What time are we on? 9:30. Still got a bit left, actually. Still got a good half an hour. So we might not finish straight away. We might get another colour and move on to doing like... might do the loincloths on these. We'll see. We'll see. Right, so that is pretty much my bone armor done. So there you go. That's how I do my bone armor. As easy as that. I'll give you an example there. Yeah, there you go. There's my bone armor. See if we can get the focus. There you go. Let's move that a bit higher. It might be a bit too dark. But if you can hear any noise in the background, that's just my lad shouting and stuff. I want to laugh. But yeah, there's my bone armor. So, now, trying to work out some more space for storage, for scenery, etc. Small room, bookshelves, but yeah. Yeah, I've found that. I mean, I'm lucky. I mean, we have a small house. There's 6 of us that live in a... it's all right, don't apologise. There's 6 of us who live in a 3-bedroom house, so we've got the 3 girls have got that room. This is the main bedroom. John's got his room. So downstairs is quite a long room, which is good. So I've got a few things that I've made. So I've got a big shelving unit that I've got like me work in progress on, and that's pretty massive. And then I've got enclosed bits for the models that are already painted. So I'm trying to get a lot of these done so I can transfer them over. But I need. I'm trying to get all of a glass cabinet, and a friend of mine has got one, but I haven't heard from him for a while. So I'll have to message him to see if I can get hold of that. Right. Let us do... I'm getting a numb bum. How long are we on? 3 hours. Tell you what, should we do another half an hour and then we'll stop? Let's do another half an hour. So, let us focus on the 3 characters and the banner. Tell you what, banner. Let's do the banner. Right, let's paint the banner in... Because obviously he's Dark Angel, so it's going to have to be green banner. It's going to have to be a green banner. I'm going to have to try and get all this blue tack out of here. Somehow. Here we go. Come on. Out you come. That's why you need a bigger bit of blue tack to get all the small bits of blue. There you go. There you go. A little bit there. Yeah. Right, so what I'm thinking is we'll paint this banner for him. So I'm thinking we'll do green. And we've got some golds that can go in here. So let's do the Caliban green. So I'll do Caliban green on that. And we'll do all the loincloths. Caliban green. It's alright. He's a kid, isn't he? He can shout and scream all he wants. Say again?
Taking the bin out.
Alright, okay, thank you. Do you want me to do that when I finish? You sure? Okay. Right, moving on. I used a mix of Skeletal Horde, Contrast Medium, Wraithborn Prime, Deathwing, Terminator, Xandridust Edge, Highlight. Ooh, it's an interesting way. I tend to go the opposite way. I'll tend to go darker to lighter. So with mine, I started with Xandridust Primer, from a rattle can, Seraphim Sepia, and then we went dry brushed over Xandridust again, and then we went through Eldar Flesh, Flayed One Flesh, Ushapti Bone, and then Screaming Skull. And that's the way I do mine. It's not the way that you're told to do it via like Citadel colour or anything like that, and there's not a lot of people who paint it that way. And the reason I've done it my way is because that's unique to me then. So I know it's my models, but that's a very good way of doing it. That's a very good way. If you're not in our Discord, join the Discord and show it off. ! Discord in chat. Show off your models. Pop on over, come and say hello. And yeah, would love to. Everyone who wants to come along, jump in the Discord now, because we'd love to see. I love to see people's models and get an idea of what people are doing and how it looks and stuff like that. Wraithborn Contrast Skeletal Horde, nice. Yeah. I always think it's better to do whatever way you want to do it rather than the way you're told, because it's your model at the end of the day. You paint it how you want to do it. And never let anyone tell you anything else. It's your model, you paint it how you want to paint it. We'll do that banner last. Let's do some loincloths. So you notice all of my Deathwing Knights and stuff, I tried to give them a hood. Because they're Dark Angels. They want to be secretive. Secretive Dark Angels. And because I've thinned this right down, don't be scared when you see a big blob of paint. Because I've thinned the paint right down. Multiple thin coats is far better than one big thick one, because you lose all the detail. Proper professional painters will tell you that as well. How do you paint power swords, helmet lenses? Helmet lenses for my Dark Angels. I do. Let me remember which way around I do it. I do corn red over it. I'll then do a dot of Mephiston red, and then a tiny little dot of white. That's how I do my lenses. Most of the time, I'll just do the corn red bit, because they're that small, that's fine, but I'll just do like a little line of corn red. Power weapons, there's multiple ways that you can do it. If you want to do the easy way, paint them all silver, null oil over the top, and do like the 3 edges. So the edges up the side, the one up the middle, in a lighter silver, like what's that silver called? I've got it over here somewhere. Ironbreaker. So do it like a lighter Ironbreaker colour. And then you just do a little dot of white on the power sword. So if I find a power weapon here. Has it got power on it? Not that one. There you go. So power sword there, right? So the easiest way to do it, I find, is you could do it all silver, null oil over the top, line of Ironbreaker, and then do a white dot there, and then put like a contrast over the top of it. That's the easy way of doing it. Looks fine, looks great, no worries. You want to be a little bit more fancy, paint it all black. Necron dry brush, very lightly over the top to give it that metallic look. Oh, no worries, bud. Take care. Thank you for popping by for most of the night. Necron compound dry brush over the top to give it that metallic, like damaged metallic look. And then the same thing again with the little dot on it. The other way you could do it is you could do it all white, and then you can use frost. I use Frostmourne, is it? Frostfang, contrast blue, all the way up it. So there's multiple ways. There's other ways where you can have it reflecting on, but I'm nowhere near that good, so I've never tried it. But yeah, there's a couple of different ways that you can do it. Just do the way you're comfortable with and practice. And then try different techniques and just play around with it. So I've got some hammers, thunder hammers, which are all blue. I've got lightning claws, which are blue and have like a white highlight going up the edges. If you get really, really confident and you get really good with your brush control, you could possibly do like little lightning arcs up and down it. But yeah, do whatever you want, mate. Try new things. It's the easiest way to do it. And make sure you get not really, really good expensive brushes. Just get half decent brushes. So like these ones I use here are Rosemary & Co. ones. So they're not like the stupid money of Artis Opus and stuff. I do have a couple of Artis Opus, but I've never used them. Just get yourself a decent brush. And make sure you keep a tip on it. Yeah. Look on, go on YouTube. You'll find loads of people who show you how to do it. Yeah, you could do it. You could do it that way, so it's got like a blue tinge to it. So my knight that I've got has a blue tinge to it. So I've done an old colour mithril silver, which is very similar to Rungfang steel at the minute. I've done that as like his armor, and then I'm gonna do, or I have done like the glacier contrast paint, which is a very thin blue contrast. I've done that over the top to give it that little hint of blue on it. Oh, sweet, James, put it on the Discord channel. Yeah, absolutely. I love GW Terrain. I love GW Terrain. They need to do more of it. They need to do more of it and cheaper, as you rightly say. Am I the Bob Ross of Warhammer? Yeah, because I do say it's happy little accidents. So I could be. I just need the afro now. And I need to, instead of getting Corax white, I need titanium white. I need to find a painting company that does titanium white paint for acrylic paints for model painting. The Vallejo or anything like that do it, or Vallejo, do they do it? Because I'll get some and I'll get an afro wig just for you. But paint things how you want them to be painted. Don't rely on everyone else saying how they did it and they do it like this and you should do it like that because they have. No. You paint it how you want to paint it. They're your models. They're your models at the end of the day. You paint them how you want them painted. That's the biggest. If you take nothing from this video apart from that, I'll be happy. They're your models. You've paid for them. You've worked hard to be able to buy them. Paint them whatever colour you want. And if you do some happy little accidents, well then, they're a happy little accident. There. Get some half decent brushes. You can get ones that will hold their tip, and also looking after that tip is very important. So after you've done a little bit, wash all the paint off, and you'll notice your brush looks pretty bad now. Yep. And there's loads of water over it. Second thing, in your mouth. Slide it out, and already your tip's back. And then the second thing that I do to look after my brush, so if I just get my paint here and show you, you'll see little lines there. So what I do is I get a little bit on the brush, run my brush around in it, and that then isn't quite a good tip. So I'll just do that to clear it off, and that then keeps me tip again. And that's the way I look after my paintbrushes, because I pretty much use the same brush for a whole model. Well, you'll see good artists use multiple different brushes. I can't be asked with that. It's too expensive for me, that. I'll just use the one brush. So I might just use a fine detail brush, as they used to be called for Warhammer, fine detail brushes. They're now called layer brushes, I think. Or this is a size 0 from Rosemary & Co. I'll just use that for the set for everything. It's cheaper for me. Ponted some of my best DA's model. Yeah, nice one, Hans. Yeah, everyone join !Discord. Get over there and put your models on there. Started in June 2025. Spent a little over $2,000. Fucking hell. $2,000 redos. Wow. Yeah, I've probably spent about that. Right, I got back into it about the year before, June 24. No, just after. No, 23 I got back into it. It was at the end of 23 when... Who was the Christmas model? Dark Angels. Because this Christmas model, it was Huron, Letdown. Fulgrim the year before that, and Dark Angel. So it was just before the Dark Angel box came out. So this would have been... September 23 I got back into it, and I've probably spent about that stupid money on it as well, yeah. So, not a cheap hobby, that's why I always say they're your models, you spend a lot of money on them, paint them how you want to paint them. Gonna do my Tyranid's bone underside with Hydra. Ooh. Wilson family, that sounds beautiful. When you do one, put it on the Discord. When you painted one in them colours, put it on the Discord for me. I want to see that colour. That sounds gorgeous. Gorgeous. That sounds very nice. Now I'll normally wear I normally have like zooming glasses on, because my eyesight's not the best. My eyesight is rubbish. I have astigmatism, so I can't see. Like, light has I have a big problem with light. So being able to actually see things is like sometimes a problem, because it kind of blends into everything else. So I have normally I wear these. Look how thick they are. Normally I'll have them on, because we're only doing a little bit. It's not too bad. There you go. That's him done. Let's just give him a second coat on his head. There we go. That'll do for now. I do the inside as well, but because I can't really see inside there, I'm not going to bother. But yeah, that's the Ancient. We'll do the El Capitan. What is everyone's next purchase? What have they got in their mind that they're going to get next? What's the next thing that you're buying? I, at the moment, don't have anything, which I'm happy about. Because I want to see what this knight looks like tomorrow that gets revealed. There we go, got it. Your favourite Loyalist chapters? Number 1, Crimson Fist. Okay. 2, Raptors. Yeah, Raptors are very popular. And then Dark Angels. Okay. Some Sons of Dawn. Some Raptors are Raven Guard, aren't they? So some Sons of Dawn, Sons of Korax, and Sons of the Lion. Yeah, wait on Ravenwing. Yeah, wait on Ravenwing. You'll probably be waiting about a year. Because Dark Angels came out about this time last year. But the Ravenwing are getting their refresh. Because this edition is pretty much, when it comes to Space Marines, being phased around fast attack. Or that's what the voices on the Vox tell me. That it's going to be based on fast attack. And Deathwing got the big refresh this edition. So Ravenwing are next edition. So I'd hang fire. Looking to get the Red Corsairs and find Space Marine half of the Leviathan. Yeah, you know what? The Leviathan box set was really good for Space Marines. It was for Tyranids, in fairness. If what I'm hearing about this edition is true, it's going to put 11th edition to shame for what you get in the box. Because 11th edition isn't blowing me away at the minute for what you get in it. I mean, you got Terminators, a new Dread in the last one, just for them alone. Apothecary Biologist, so an Apothecary in a different suit, which you never had before, because you never had an Apothecary and Terminator armor, did you? The Dreadwing would be good. I want the Ironwing. Yeah. The only one we'll never get back, definitely, is the Ironwing. And the one that was absolutely massacred, well, not massacred, but taking a big dent out, was the Firewing. Because the Firewing were pretty much the wing that got sent to deal with the Rungdung. And no other legion could take out the Rungdung but Heart from us. We went in and kicked their asses. Now that is an army I would love to see them do. I would love to see them do the Rangdang. But they'd be kind of like a Custody style army where you didn't have many models in it because they're that tough. Plenty of time to finish my current Greenwing model. Yep, absolutely, Hans. Yeah, take your time on what you've got. I was just about to read yours then, Wilson, and it disappeared. Some Dark Angels and some Chaos Space Marines for your new Night Lords. Yeah, Night Lords are beautiful. Whenever I see Tyranids, I think of Stargate, Deserted Planet, or Forest Planet. I have a Hive Tyrant, Warriors, one. Yeah. Good. You know what? I've said this for a long time, and I'll keep saying it. A good base can make an okay painted model look absolutely outstanding. A good base. Now, what I like to do is I like to uniform my bases. So I like all my bases for all my army the same. So for this army, I've gone for a light grey style base, which is like an ash wasteland. For my Custodies, I'm going for like a Martian red dust sort of planet for my Custodies. For the Imperial Knights, I'm going just nice and simple mud and grass. That's all I'm doing for them. And what else have I got? My Necrons is going to be interesting. See what I do for them. I haven't got a clue what I'll do for them. He picked up the new Cataphract. Yeah, I got some of them the other day as well. Going to use them for half of my Deathwing. Yeah, I'm doing exactly the same thing. I picked up the units that came with the Power Fist and the Combi Bolters or the Storm Bolters. That's what I'm going to do with mine. I'm going to do them as a unit of Terminators. Just a standard unit of Terminators. Just for something looking a bit different. Because obviously the good thing about Dark Angels, and the reason why I love painting them, is because they've got all the Risen now. And you've got all these Marines that were just finishing up on the Horus Heresy, then chucked into the Warp at different times. They will have different marks of armor. So you'll have Mark 2, Mark 3, Mark 4, Mark 5, Mark 6, Mark 7, Mark 8. You'll have Cataphracti. You'll have Saturnine. You'll have... what's the one beginning with Tartarus? You'll have all of those marks of Terminator armor as well. So you can do it, and it will be fine, and it will be thematical, and it will be clever in a Dark Angel army for that exact reason. But no, yeah. That Morgbat, I am with you 100% on that. Not sure if I'm going to do a Desert Wasteland or a Forest Wasteland. Yeah. Also collecting Orcs Krieg as a side project. Do it. Dark Angels are great for mixing a... Yeah, absolutely. Dark Angels are. Dare you say Dark Angels? How dare you? But yeah, you can mix and match. So like my Inner Circle companions, I've got 6 of them painted in the box art colour. And I've got 12 more that I'm going to do in 30k colours. There you go. That's his done. Yeah, I'm going to do a load more in... I'm going to do 12 more in 30k colours. So they're going to be black, silver trim with the Dark Angel of red and white on the chest. Do you ever use accessories from studios made legally distinct chapter iconography? For example, I have a Terminator accessory from Dragoon Gaming. Yep, I do. That's from Dragoon Gaming. That axe. So that axe is from... So he's been kit bashed with Dragoon Gaming head. That's a Dragoon Gaming head and axe. That is a backpack from the Inner Circle Companions. That knife and that is from Assault Terminators. I've got some 6th edition bits on him. No, Mark 6 I've got on him. But that's Archie's Forge head and Archie's Forge backpack. So yeah, I get them all the time. I use Archie's Forge, Dragoon Gaming are the 2 that I predominantly go. You do exactly the same as me for my Aquillas. If you go back to any of my look at any of my models, I don't do so. For my Dark Angels, you're meant to have a bone Aquila, but I don't. I match it with the shoulder pad. So all of mine are Corax white, Null Noil, White Scar. Archies, yeah. Archies and Dragoon Gaming, I rate them, yeah. So like I said, them heads are from Archie's Forge. That's an Archie's Forge head and backpack. That head is from Dragoon Gaming. You've got that axe is Dragoon Gaming as well. So I'm going to do this tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going to be painting Blade Guard. So they are about 80% done. I just got to do some tidying up, then I'll do all my highlights and shading. So when you see me, the last 6, because I've already got 12 done. So if you look at my shorts, you'll see you'll see 12 of them there. But these last 6, they've got axes, spears, heads, and stuff from Dragoon Gaming. So yeah, I do a lot of stuff like that. I'm not going to play tournaments. I'm not bothered about them moaning. Well, they can't moan at I'm going to these third parties. The only time that they can tell you that you can't use it is in a tournament. That is the only time. And in fairness, Games Workshop are not that bothered about you using third-party bits on your models. If they were, they'd get these places shut down. They'll find a way to get them shut down if they wanted to. But they're not that bothered. Because as long as you buy the main model from them, they're not asked. And that's what I always say as well, is if we started buying third-party bits from everywhere else, the hobby would die. Because you're not buying anything from Warhammer. Yeah, fair enough, they're absolutely minted at the minute, and they're in the FTSE top 100 at the minute and whatnot, so they're worth an absolute mint. But if all of a sudden people just started buying all of their third-party bits for models and everything, the hobby dies. So still buy some of your stuff from Warhammer, but when you buy it from third-party stockists. Do not buy direct from Warhammer Games Workshop themselves, and they even tell you to buy it from third parties because you get it up to 20% cheaper. For example, if you do !Wayland in chat, that's my affiliate, and they do up to 20% on Warhammer. They do more. I'm going to get a box that they've got there, which is a box of Mark II, Marines, which has got 35% off or something. Also, they won't accept your photo in white. That's true, yeah. So if you use third-party bits, they won't. If you send any of your photos into White Dwarf, they won't publish them. The only place they will actually knock you for is Warhammer World. Oh no, I've took all my armies. I've been to Warhammer World about 4 or 5 times. No, how many times have I been? I've been to Warhammer World about 6 times, and I'm going on the 21st. And all my bits have got proxy bits on them, and they've never said anything. Yeah, that Mogbat. We're doing a little thing. So if you use !Wayland and use my affiliate link to buy your models, at the end of the year, because I get a 5% kickback from it, what we're going to do is we're going to save all that money up throughout the year, and then all that money that we have in that pot, I'm going to put towards a model, an army, a combat patrol. Depending on how much we've got, will dictate on how much we spend on someone. So we'll do like a marble race at the end of the year, and whoever wins, let's say there's 40 quid in there, then you get a box of whatever you want. Let's say there's 100 quid in there, you get a combat patrol. Let's say there's 200 quid in there, you get an army. Oh, thank you, Buzz. Yeah, just make sure, because one of the lads tried this the other day. The way it works is if you click on the link, you got to completely do the full transaction. So what you're best doing is logging into your account with them, putting everything in your basket, then clicking on my link, log into your account, make sure it's still got the Dark Pack Gaming at the end of it, and then buy it that way. Because if you log into it, jump out for whatever reason and go back into it, the affiliate link drops off, so the kickback doesn't come through. But yeah, if you do it that way. Wilson Family Jewel, are you in my Discord? Do me a favour, join me Discord, and when you've done it using my link, let me know, because then I'll track it and make sure it's all gone through. Because one of them didn't work, and I reckon it's because when Silky did it, I think he's come out of it for whatever reason and gone back in. So it didn't quite work. It's a new affiliate link. I only got it a couple of weeks ago. So I'm still waiting for someone to buy something so I can, and it work, so I can see it working. But yeah, I'm looking forward to 11th edition coming out, because if people buy it through my link, it could be that at the end of the year, there's a shitload of money in that account, and the army, someone could just have a whole new army. Imagine there being like a few hundred quid in there because people buying the Leviathan their Armageddon box sets or 11th edition box sets through it. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, there's 300 quid in the account. What army do you want? And then we just sit and look at it and just buy it for you. Get it all posted out to you. Free army for someone. That's him done. Right. I'm going to put my paintbrush down now because I've been... Where's that? There it is. I've been painting for over 3 hours and I'm tired now. So let me just put some stuff away and then we'll get going. But I just want to say a big, massive thank you to everyone who's popped by today, everyone who's subscribed. If you haven't subscribed and you've enjoyed the content, please hit that subscribe button. It helps me out massively. And if you haven't already, smash that like button. Just so YouTube, just so YouTube know you've enjoyed it. But yeah, if you could hit that like button, that would be absolutely amazing. And if you could subscribe as well if you've enjoyed it. I thought it was a 24-hour stream. Now that's when I get to 3,000 subs. That is, Java. When I get to 3,000 subs, that's when I'm going to do a 24-hour stream. But obviously with YouTube, you can't do a 24-hour stream. So the way I'll have to do it is 2 12-hour streams. But I'd have to get some friends over to help out because I'm doing a 24-hour stream. I'm going to need help in them, like, you know, getting a drink and stuff like that. I should buy myself a little mini fridge beforehand or something. But yeah, what's everyone thought? Has everyone enjoyed it? Everyone enjoyed the stream? Everyone going to join me tomorrow if I want to paint some Blade Guard? I'm going to paint some Blade Guard tomorrow. More Deathwing. So you'll actually see them a few stages along because I'll have some of the guns, a lot of the gold, a lot of the metal and trim and stuff already painted up. There we go. Get rid of that. Oh, Hans has been... You're very, very welcome. Please, should do a subathon. Ooh, what's that? What's a subathon? You've got me on that one. Do a long one, see if I can get a load of subs. Or if you subscribe to me, I do extra things. Could, yeah, could do. But no, come back tomorrow, and we're going to do... let me just change the camera angle a sec. Yeah, if you come back tomorrow, we're going to do some Blade Guard. So I'll be in work until about 6. And then I'll probably go live a little bit later. Nice one, Chits. Thank you for coming. But yeah, if you come back tomorrow, I'll do some Blade Guard. And we'll do... Me too. Me too, that Mogul bat. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. But yeah, we'll do some Blade Guard tomorrow. I keep looking at the wrong camera. I'm looking at this one now, aren't I? We'll do some Blade Guard tomorrow. We'll do some painting on that, so I'll bring some bits and bobs for that one. So it will probably be about 7, half 7 UK time. And yeah, we'll go there. So do you have a live stream for the amount... Oh, so you do a live stream for the amount of time and every new sub or donation you add... Oh, hello. Okay. All right. That's an interesting one we could try. All right, Wilson Family Julie, I'm going to try that one. Thank you for that. I've not heard of that one before. Subathon. I'll give that one a go. But yeah, thank you everyone. It's been a big stream tonight. It's been a very, very busy, popular, fantastic stream. So thank you everyone. I'll see you in the morning. Oh, I will see you in the morning. Not saying that for. I'll see you all tomorrow around about 7:30 UK time. So it's now like 10 o'clock UK time, just to give you an idea. But yeah, massive thank you. Hope everyone's subscribed. Hope everyone's hit that like button. But you're all amazing. See you all tomorrow. Good night. God bless. Oh, there you go. Ah, there's another one. Thank you so much. I'll see you all later. Take care. You're all amazing. Good night. Sweet dreams. Bye-bye.